Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in the Doki Doki Club meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. It still irrationally bugs me that the title is covered up by Monica here. I mean, uh, you can put a /n in the title and have that appear in 2 lines. Just FYI, Dev, if you're watching. Anyway, this thing's on, right? Why does it say session 0 seconds? Okay, there it goes. Okay, now it's some weird delay on Twitch. Okay, seems to be working. Okay, all right. Anyway, yeah, let's load this up. We just done episode 1. Took 3 heckin' hours to get through episode 1 yesterday. Hey, Dev, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're just gonna start episode 2, A Day in the Life of Yuri. The club tries to cheer up MC. Yeah, we left on a bit of a downer note yesterday. MC just as Dev indicated, kind of traumatized about like walking in on Sayori dead. So just trying to reconcile all that. So yeah, but and reconcile the fact that she's alive again. So anyway, ooh, new music. Zzz. I guess that's a snoring sound. What time is it? Oh hey, Yuri's room. No unresolved trauma. Yeah, exactly. 6:45. I could still sleep in a little and then hurry later, or I could have a nice leisurely morning. Hey, there are no quotation marks around her text. Look at it. On the side of sleeping in, I went to bed a little late last night, and I could make up a tiny bit of sleep debt. And also, I am exceptionally comfortable and warm right now in bed. Is this Yuri or Sayori? Yuri also has no unresolved mental health issues. No quotes equals internal monologue. Yeah, that's what I figured. On the side for getting up, it's stressful to have to rush. I always feel a little more calm having plenty of time to do things. Yeah, same. Relatable, Yuri. And it's good to be ahead of schedule. It gives you a feeling of confidence. Wait, what day is it today? It's Wednesday, club day, which means I'm going to see all my friends. So I should probably put a little effort into my appearance today. That decides the question. Time to get up. Goodness, it's cold in here. But since I got up early, I can go put on some tea. After I brush my teeth, I can work on my hair a bit while the water boils. Hair's not too bad this morning. It actually looks quite nice today, which is a lot better than usual for the morning. Usually it's a tangly mess. One of the downsides of growing it out this long, but it being manageable for once is a great way to start the day. Hi, Cheka, welcome to the stream. No dialogue left unsaid. Is this Yuri being a little overly rambly? Yeah, that modder who put keys in the pocket went into too much detail me yesterday. Yeah. Tea's ready. But still it needs to steep and cool down. I can get my shower done while I wait. I'm so glad today is Literature Club. It's been so nice to be around people who are kind and into interesting things. Isn't each weekday like Literature Club Day? Like, that's how it seemed to be in the original game anyway. Here we're developing character, goddamn. Oh yeah, no, that's exactly. I mean, that's why I think I've mentioned before. I mean, not in this series, but I mentioned that in my other mod, Doki Doki Storm, I kind of front-loaded a lot of Yuri's character establishment in day 1, and it was, which is not to say that later days were not rambly, but the first day was in some ways more rambly, just to establish how her mind works. This is her perspective. You missed some dialogue in the last episode, which establishes that they've moved club meetings to once per week. Oh, but it gets repeated later. Okay, missed some dialogue. How did I miss? I picked all the. Well, I didn't pick. I guess I didn't pick all the options. There was one question. There was one option that was like, oh, why would I pick the other one? But early rambling is worth more. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Oh, Gage with Monica about the menu process being weird, basically. Right, yeah. It's been so nice to be around people who are kind and into interesting things, and after all we've been through, I actually feel close to everyone. I always look forward to our activities, too. Imagine a club where people write poems every week. The mockery that would receive anywhere else. I'm so lucky to have friends who understand me even slightly. I love them all so much. Aw, she's the L word. I can't wait to get there. It's going to be so fun. Wait, is this Yuri or Sayori? I'm so excited. Where? Ah, here we are. What was that? Ah. What is she doing? No. Shit. Shit. Too deep again, control yourself. Guys, medicine cabinet. The first apply pressure. It's too long. Might have to sacrifice a towel. And there we go. Keep it elevated. Much better. Oh, that aches wonderfully. So peaceful. Oh dear. Poor Yuri. I guess I should put a self-harm warning on this. Too deep. Yeah. 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 Oh well. All right. Let's carry on. Tea's probably ready. There really is nothing like a good cup of tea in the morning. This feeling, this is why I wrote my poem about tea. What a wonderful morning it's been. I'm probably the only person thinking that who has blood trickling out from under a towel on her arm. Yeah, it's likely past time to see to the gauze gaze. It's pronounced gauze, right? Am I pronouncing it right? It's one of those words.
Gauze.
Gauze. Yeah, I got it right. My instincts are right. Likely past time to see to the gauze. Rhymes with Jaws. Yeah, exactly. So you need to all that detail so that prosaic and normal to cutting back to prosaic and normal like it's a regular part of the day. It hits harder. Yeah. No, I get it. I get where you're going with that. Gaze in this mud, never. It's like a past time to see to the gaze. It's club day after all, right? Well said. Yes, it's likely past time to see to the gauze. Mustn't forget the vitamin E oil this time, not that it ever helps. After that, I can get dressed and ready to go. Hold on a second. Mustn't? Is there no T there? M-U-S-T-N apostrophe T? Is that... Okay, now I'm curious. My proofreader instincts are... The first, I started to type it in. The first hit, the first suggestion said mustn't or mustn't with both spellings. Looks. I mean, the internet says that it's supposed to have the T there. Mustn't is still correct. It's just archaic. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. Sorry. After that, I can get dressed and get ready to go. So many people walk to school together. Sometimes I wish that I were walking to school with a group. I wonder if Sayori and MC would mind if I joined them for some of their walk on occasion. Part of our path is the same. No, that's like their special friendship time together. Selfish. I hope they're okay. MC looked really worried about Sayori last week. Exclamation points. And I forgot that I probably horrified Sari by talking about her poem from last week the way I did. Oh, that was terribly embarrassing. I have to control myself today. Me and my damnable reveries. Good band name. Damnable reveries? Yeah? Ah, here we are. First period is civics, then chem. As opposed to ionic bonds, which occur, as the name suggests, among ions. This is boring. It was already covered in the reading from 2 weeks ago. It's the fundamental nature of matter, the secrets of the universe, the most important idea in science. We're making it boring. The fundamental nature of matter. Is it really? I guess it still applies if it's the same chemistry in the real world. And I guess we have a simulated identical chemistry in our world? Either way, this is still tedious. You know, in that case, I kind of wonder, like, if nothing in their world is real, like, is there a purpose to going to school? I don't know. Attending these classes? If only there were a good chemistry teacher in the school. Anyway. I wonder if I could fit another book inside the chemistry text and do some sneaky reading. Oh right, I tried that last week and it didn't work. But the workbook is taller and skinnier. Maybe that would work. Yes. Whatever exists in creation without my knowledge exists without my consent. Okay. I always feel a chill at everything this character says. He's so cold and controlling. The author is very vague. Vague sometimes, but when it comes to the foreshadowing and hinting at the identity of the How about Yuri? Exclamation points, 5 of them. Yes, of course. Sorry, just so I can focus. Can I get the question one more time, please? What kind of chemical bonds tie the atoms of a water molecule together? Is that covalent bonds, or...? It's been a while. oh, covalent bonds, hey! The oxygen and hydrogen atoms have their normal electron complement, but share electrons to get full outer shells. Yep, there you go. Yeah, the electron shells and atoms are weird, but they're... as I recall, like the first 2 atoms, electrons have their own thing, and then there's an outer shell which has like 8 more electrons. Is it 8 more? Or anyway, Doki Doki Club meetings way more information about chemistry in Hamlet by Shakespeare than you ever wanted. Anyway, moving on. Correct. Phew. All of you should be studying as hard as Yuri does. I really wish he wouldn't say things like that. People already dislike me enough. Plus, my studying habits just at the moment are not ideal. But speaking of that, at least I'm probably safe from being called on for the rest of the period. Back to reading. Hello, ProCube. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I've taken to eating lunch on the roof since since the week after the festival. It's a slightly more populated lunch spot than my old one, sitting against the wall by the administration office. I guess she's trying to pick isolated spots to eat and read, presumably. That was the most deserted spot I could find. No one wants to hang out near where all the staff work. The roof has some people on it, but it's pretty sparse. It gets hot in summer and cold in winter. In fact, it's pretty cold right now. But at least a few people are always here anyway. It's a good place to have private conversations. Thus, it provides the mild social atmosphere combined with a lack of actual direct interaction that I now favor. I got most of chapter 0 done for the mod, and it's not too bad, probably. Cool. Yeah, keep at it. Absolutely. Oh, mod? Yeah, ProCube was chatting about a mod that they're working on yesterday. Anyway, moving on. I only really like to directly interact with literature club people, at least for the most part. Could that be changing, given recent trends? Maybe a new social phase of my life will begin soon. Well, probably not. I'm a little too eccentric for most people, whether or not I myself feel more sociable. Plus, I'm not sure I'm ready for that much social immersion. For now, I'm just going to stick with what I really enjoy, interacting with my closest friends. None of them usually come up here, though. Except sometimes for Sayori. She's holding one of those chocolate wafer bars in each hand, and there's a bite out of each one. Yeah, incidentally, doing the voices does seem to, it seems to dry me out faster, and I think maybe when it's internal monologue, I'll just read it in normal voice and just do the voices when they're speaking. Sort of a sequel to TLC, yeah. Anyway, chocolate wafer, just a bite out of each one. Hey, Yuri-pan! Sorry, hey, Yuri-pan! Wait, Yuri-pan? What you eatin'? Oh yeah, this is another thing I wanted to comment on in the last episode, but I forgot. I'm noticing Sary's tendency to do what I've affectionately termed the normal visual novel dance, where she alternates hands like this. It's something. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if my webcam's picking it up. I'm leaning the wrong way. Anyway, is it like right arm up, left arm up, and alternate? That's something that the normal visual novel is another mod did, like, constantly, every single line. Both Sari and Natsuki, they just perfectly alternated every line. I guess they wanted to put some variety in, but it just it looks funny. Long MCs just truer literature club. Well, not exactly. Yeah, more early installment. I was too enamored of changing pose, and it's better as we go along. T-Rex jazz hands. Call it T-Rex jazz hands. Sure. Yeah. It's like there's that scene from the Deadpool movie where he like breaks both of his hands and he's going like this, and he says, "Oh, the dinosaurs feared the mighty T-Rex." Anyway, hey, Slay Rabbit, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Playing the club meetings mod, finally. Anyway, moving on. What you eatin'? Oh, just some cold rice with sesame seeds and salted salmon. Kind of a late breakfast, huh? Yeah, I usually don't eat much breakfast, if any. I feel a little sick if I eat anything substantial in the morning. I do not tell Sayori that this is especially true if I cut that morning, although you'd think I'd feel sick if I didn't eat after that. I wonder why it works the other way instead. I haven't seen before. So what's it about exactly? It takes place after the original game, and all of the characters are aware that it's a game, and they're sort of coming to terms with this new reality. This scene right here is from Yuri's perspective. MC is also a character in this, and his name is MC, and he also, excuse me, he remembers walking in on Sayori dead, and he's like super concerned about her. Club constituted after events of the base game. They try to live normal lives despite everyone knowing it's a simulation now. Yeah, there you go. Good summary. Seems like a difficult thing to come to terms with. Yeah. Well, there's a running gag here about none of them have unresolved trauma. But no one here has any trauma that they need to work through. Yeah, exactly. There you go. As we previously established. Reconstituted is a good word, yes. Anyway, moving on. And Yuri self-harmed this morning, so that's kind of sad. Anyway, moving on. So instead, I have a hearty, breakfasty lunch. Cool. I see you have your own healthy lunch going. Yes, well, sometimes I really need sugar. Sometimes. Okay, most of the time? Well, I would imagine so, given your energy level. You're like a hummingbird. But I don't drink pollen, though. It's gross. Hummingbirds don't drink pollen. They drink the nectar from deep within the flower. That's why they have long beaks, so they can get in there. That's nectar you're thinking of. Yeah, exactly. You tell her, Yuri. And also, what I meant is that hummingbirds need to consume huge amounts of sugar to maintain their high energy level. Oh, she did it again. To that's wait, did she go to that's? Oh, she did. I skipped over. I forgot to draw attention to it. Dev, we talked about this. Anyway, to that's nectar you're thinking of. I lose a month off every time I write that. No. Anyway. Oh. Then yes, I am a hummingbird. I accept the mantle of the noble hummingbird with pride. Sari and I continue to talk about silly fun subjects for a while, but she looks like she has something on her mind. Hey, by the way, you haven't seen MC around today, have you? No. You don't know where he is? Normally, if I wanted to know where he was, I would be asking you. Something blushing there. Well, he wasn't out to walk with me today, and I think his phone is off. Oh no. Is he still upset? Do you dislike writing stutters? It just feels so fake when you're the one writing. Easy to do when you use the stutters in moderation. Yeah. To that is bad. The that is correct. Yeah. I mean, I don't think stuttering is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it can be easy to overuse it. I mean, the whole purpose of the stutter, I think, is to convey the mental state. You know, convey that they're nervous without saying they're nervous or they look nervous or whatever. It's just shorthand in writing of this sort of thing. Yeah, it is easy to overdo. I also think it's good to recognize which words someone is more likely to stutter. Like the starts of sentences, I think. Yuri uses a lot fewer stutters as the series goes along, as she goes through her overall character arc, so thankfully there will be less of it. I had the stutter for that is saying the that. Yeah, exactly. Character development, yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, okay, so MC's phone is off. That's concerning. Huh. I wonder if he's sick, or maybe he's really bogged down in studies and zoned out. Although it wouldn't be like him to forget to walk with Sayori. And if he were sick, why would his phone be off? Also, wait, overanalyzing, stop. Observe and be present in the moment. Sayori's much more worried than she's trying to appear. You should try to reassure her. But how? Perhaps empathizing with her problem and trying to get her to open up about her distress. What got fuzzy all of a sudden? Wait, Sayori, you probably feel horrible about this. Oh, is this a like dream sequence? What she would like to say or something? Sorry. If my character you come to the right place, yeah. Made that joke before you actually said that. It makes this a lesson over time. Should change that. No. Could change. Your analysis paralysis mode. Yeah, there you go. Hey. Analysis paralysis is a term I heard recently. Good show. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. That kind of behavior is very unlike him, and that means you must be worried sick right now. You don't need to hide your feelings. I'm your friend, so just know that I empathize with and validate your negative feelings about him being missing. This situation is indeed extremely scary. Oh no! MC, where are you? No, bad approach. A gentle hand is needed. She needs cheerful reassurance, not mutual panic over her problem. Oh, it's probably nothing, Sayori. Don't worry about it so much. But I'm sure he's fine. Just relax. Everything will be alright. Also bad. Too numbing and blandly saccharine. Yeah, no, this is also relatable, by the way. Speaking of analysis paralysis, analysis paralysis is also a good band name. It actually works in multiple ways. So cool that you added a low bitrate mode. Going through options like she's Sherlock Holmes. It's episode 2. Hey, Rob Master, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're still. It took me 3 hours to get through episode one yesterday, and I keep going on rambling tangents. So I don't know. I might do the same today. We'll see. How many episodes are there? There are 36. So this is gonna take a while. This is why I've been sort of uh, putting off going through this mod because it was so daunting that is. Oh no, it's so long. Um, but yeah, I was going to comment that this is relatable. Like when I'm what am I trying to say? Yeah, trying to chat with a group or whatever. Like all the possibilities of all the things I could say are running through my head constantly, and it's hard or to settle on any one thing. So and like by the time by the time I think of what to say, like the conversation's moved on and the moment's passed. And so I end up just being quiet. It's easier when it's a one-on-one conversation. Um, but I don't know. It's just the way my brain works. Uh, yeah, I should probably stop trying to read all the chat out loud because it's moving faster than I could do that, and I'm never gonna get through this if I keep doing that. So apologies if I miss anything important while I skim over this. Do, 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 do. You're not done yet, indeed. Yeah. DDLC plus size mod. This is I think it's much bigger than DDLC plus. Yeah, exactly. DDXL. Haha. Sitting about 100 hours of content if you're reasonably fast for here, but that can be a bad thing. It takes forever to get through it, obviously. Yeah. Cursed with success, exactly. Anyway. Um, oh, mm, hmm. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Right, moving on. Need to think of something quickly. This conversational pause is getting weird. A happy medium, perhaps. Acknowledge the problem and validate her feelings without being catastrophic. Offer an appropriate amount of comfort and confidence. Oh, right, I have a potential solution. I'm sure he's fine. It's a bit concerning that we haven't heard from him, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. We would know if something really bad had happened to him, so he'll turn up. I'm sure of it. I'll keep an eye out for him for you. We all have calculus, right? But today's your gym day, so you won't be there, I guess. I'll text you if he's there or not, okay? Thank you, Yuri. I'd appreciate that. The bell rings. Whoop, gotta go. My next class is far. Wait, before you go, can you explain where you got Yuri Pond from? Oh, you didn't hear when Monica was using that as a cute nickname for you a while back? It was so adorable that I decided to steal it. I... I see. Okay, gotta run. See you during club. What an odd nickname. I'll have to ask Monica about that sometime. What is cursed? Yeah, that's a good question. Oh yeah? Funny you bring up World of Dreams. Dev just made the comment yesterday, or maybe it wasn't Dev. Somebody made the comment that it's another really verbose mod. Nothing to do for both the first seasons. Lower into your brain. Does that work? Just setting using translatable strings? Anyway, moving on. Calculus at last. Last period. I really like Miss Hirayama. She's to the point and doesn't go off on tangents or extraneous details. Must be nice. A lot of the other students don't like her because she's dry and stoic, but that's just what I need for a difficult subject like this. 2:29 p.m., 1 minute before this class starts, MC is not here. Should I text Sayori that? No, best not to text her anything until 2:30 actually arrives, or I might worry her prematurely. Okay. I played for the first time I had to replay because they added content. Neat. Yeah, I have I have heard about the World of Dreams mod referred to a few times. I have no idea what it's about or what it's like, except that apparently it's verbose. That's the only thing I learned about it yesterday. Anyway, moving on. And 2:30 is in 23 seconds. That's the time to go to the dentist. Haha. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, send. Hey Siri, MC isn't here yet. Keeping an eye out. Phone shows the typing notification flashing on and off for about a minute. Okay, thanks for letting me know. She's worried. Now I'm starting to get a little worried. What could have happened to MC? Oh, here you go. Excellent. Problem solved, although he's late by 2 minutes. Yeah. Make sure you tell Siri before you do anything else, or she'll worry needlessly. He just showed up. MC walks over to his normal desk and sits down. The teacher takes no notice of his lateness and continues her lecture. The text box turned pink. He looks irritable and exhausted. Siri probably wouldn't benefit by hearing that. Wonder why Siri hasn't responded yet. Ah, still typing, and then deleting, and then typing again. Better pay attention to the lecture. Club time at last. Anyone else here yet? Just Monica so far. That is the joke that keeps on giving. It would appear. Hey, really just that guy. Welcome to the stream. Hey, Terry, how's it going? Sorry, hey, it's okay. It's not like... I mean, I'm the late one. I mean, I don't really stick to a strict schedule or anything. Defense transforms are hard. Yeah, I mean... The game kind of has them built in, though. I mean, if you use the like show MC at T41 or T44, I guess that would be in that case. The T common transform automatically has them slide over in the space of a quarter of a second. Yeah, default ones are fine, but building your own is ATL hell. I mean, if you say so, like when I made transforms in my own mods, I looked at the existing ones that Dan Salvato made and just copied them and then altered the numbers as you know, whatever as I saw fit, which is my basic process for any coding stuff that I have to do in any of my mods. Really, I ask myself, WDDD, what did Dan do? And just copy that and then adapt it where necessary. The only customization I really did for this one was fitting standard transforms for 5. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, moving on. Quick trip to the girls' room before I go in, then Yuri walks down the hallway to the girls' room and goes in. So I guess we switch perspectives now. Are you out there? Tormuse? I'm pretty sure you're there. Come on in. Oh, she's calling me by name, I guess. Up to 4-second staring contest between Monica and MC in Chapter 0 actually gave me an excuse to write slide in from right transforms for completion of this thing. Yeah. I made some slide in from the right transforms in for Storm, which I've reused in other mods. WDDD is what happens when you lose to the first boss in a Kirby game. Yeah, King Diddy. I haven't actually played all the way through Kirby game except what's that game? I was gonna bug me. Kirby's Avalanche. I played that one through to completion, and each character's name is read out. There's a little sound bite of their name, and I remember the last one is King Dedede. That's how he says it. Anyway, he wants to fill in a whole bunch of gas. Epic rock paper scissors encountered from last episode. It was the first time I really had to struggle with transformers. Oh yeah. Okay, looking back at this now that I have much more coding knowledge. Yeah. Bronto Bert. Yeah. Kaboo. Yeah, I remember all those. I haven't played that game in forever. You don't look at the code for the menu for visiting everyone from episode 1. Duly noted. Although I did notice that all your RPY files were loose for this compilation. I'm not sure if you just didn't know how to pack them up into an RPA file or what. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I also had a slow slide from left, which is used for that line, just ignore her when she gets moody. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Pretty sure you're there, come on in. Hey there, good looking, thanks for coming back to visit us again. Games had you following Yuri around today, eh? That's right, so you can still tell. Did you see all of that? Ooh, so we get a choice? Let's save it, why not? Well, I'm picking this one because it gives me more information, potentially. No, well, not exactly. I could have seen all the details if I wanted to, since the game was focusing on her. But you did it again. There's a the left arm on hip, then right point, then left arm on hip. It's like it's Monica's version of the normal visual novel dance. Anyway, she just did a perfect alternation across 3 lines there. Anyway, but we all agree that the president can't watch anyone without consent. Oh yeah, and strictly speaking, I think those should be single quotes rather. When you already are within double quotes, and they put quotes within those, that's supposed to be single quotes. I think that's the agreed upon convention. Anyway, that's me going to proofreading mode again. Moving on. In fact, we wrote it into the rules of the literature club. So I just, oh, she did it again. So I just sort of avoid paying attention to where the game is when it's on a different club member. But you can't shut it out entirely. It's like a little it's like a little hearing faint music from across the street. I think that that extra is not supposed to be there. I'll agree that the president can't watch anyone without consent. Sorry, did I... President can't... Sorry, you wrote out, we agree the president can't watch anyone without consent. I thought maybe there's another typo there or something. Anyway. Piggies across the street, no matter how much you plug your ears. So I know that the game's been with Yuri this morning, even if I don't know many details. Doesn't Yuri know you can hear what's going on, or what kind of details do you know from today? Ooh, okay. Okay, well, it's interesting choice. Like, what information do we want to know here? Do we want to know about... I mean, this is good information for world building, because there are still a lot of unanswered questions. I mean, like the base game has this notion that the president is the one that can that knows everything and can manipulate the code and yada yada yada. Except that Monica still retains that ability after she's no longer president. So who knows how the rules actually work? So I mean, this mod could freely just make up the rules of how it works. Really, just for a minute, how it would be read literally. Well, okay, not fair enough. Anyway, so I mean, we already established. I mean, she just said they agreed that she's not to watch them. So this is a redundant question. We already know this. So what kind of details do you know? This seems like a better question to ask. Not many. I definitely sense that Yuri was the focus. Everyone has a different, very distinct feel to me if the game is on them. There, now you did put it in single quotes. It's like past you could hear me or something. Anyway, And this morning there was this unmistakable, intense, chaotic, emotional excitement, which almost always means that Yuri's cutting. Oh. Okay, so there. I mean, Monica at least is aware of Yuri's habit. And theoretically, if MC remembers everything, MC should be aware of it too. Um, like, are Natsuki and Sayori aware, I wonder? I mean, like, I sort of imagine that, original game, Natsuki's third poem, where she says she's really worried about Yuri, kind of seems to imply that she's aware that she's hurting herself, but that's never actually confirmed. Some quotes I use for the sarcasm / weakening quotes, sure. Adding the game in real time. Direct quotes within quotes, I usually use the double quotes within double quotes. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, is this something that they're talking about? By the way, oh yeah, and the use of the word chaotic kind of reminds me. I started watching that show you mentioned, that. I mean, the one that MC and Sayori were watching in yesterday's episode. Was it something Carrie? You told me the name of it. I wrote it down. Hayori Nyaraku-san, the one about the the high school girl who's actually an eldritch horror. Oh no, you should not have done that. I mean, that's possible. It just reminded me of there's a funny line. I screenshotted it. She said, "I'm suffering from an abnormal and blasphemous amount of ominously chaotic pain." That's the line she uses to excuse herself from the classroom. Anyway, that just reminded me of that. Yeah, she has a tendency to just gratuitously use Lovecraftian language. Yeah, exactly. That was the impression I got. She's a fun character, but the guy is annoying. I mean, I mentioned before, like, that's what sort of Syndra thing doesn't really appeal to me. I mean, like in DDLC, Natsuki's character, she's kind of grown on me, but I like right from the beginning, I was kind of like, she's just rude. and yeah, like the guy in that show is just, yeah, I don't know, it's just this annoying sense. He's just kind of rude. It's like, what does she even see in him? Oh well. Honestly, the anime is pretty funny, just also frequently kind of questionable. Yeah, fair. Yeah. I mean, I only watched one episode. I'll probably continue watching it. It looked interesting enough. Anyway. Oh, after this episode, the next one is where Natsuki talks about a review of what makes a convincing Tsundere character, and the answer is Tsundere is not really a character trait. Fair, yeah. Yeah, it's more of a trope, really. Excuse me. Anyway, moving on. And I definitely felt something a little odd. I think it was when she was walking to school. Something like loneliness. Yuri doesn't usually feel lonely. But other than that, I couldn't tell much, really. Just very vague, difficult to interpret impressions. So, yeah. Can you just tell them when the game focuses on them? Or how yeah, that's That's okay. That's an interesting. That brings up an extra interesting point. Are the characters aware when the focus is on them? But that carries its own baggage. If she's going around telling him, "Okay, focus on you now. Okay, focus on you now," they're just gonna make them self-conscious. So can't you just tell them when the game focuses on them, or how have you been, Monica? Shall we continue with this subject? We can continue with the world building, or shall we show some interest in her personally? That's the question here. mean, there's nothing that says I can't just reload later and check the other options, I suppose. This will determine if you get the good ending or not. Haha. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how far-reaching any of these choices are. I don't know if Peachy Sweet's joking. I don't know. I sort of feel like this one might make things awkward. Let's make it a little more personable. Ask how she's been. Will the choices you make have minimal effect on narrative and just give you different information? Yeah, fair enough. Thank you for asking. I'm okay, I guess. Uh-oh. I still have trouble dealing with the empty feeling, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not sure it'll ever go away. I love my friends, and I know they're real, or at least they're just as real as I am. And knowing what I did to them, given that, is another ongoing mental health challenge for me these days. But still feels empty, even if it's not. And I still feel serious pangs of impossible longing to be with you that's hard to put aside at times. But I'm trying to work on not being so hopelessly emotionally invested in someone from an entirely different reality. Maybe you can empathize? You know that I will always love you, okay? I just don't want it to hurt so bad to do so. Ah, Yuri's here. Hello, Monica. Hi, Yuri. Good day? Pretty good so far. Seems like MC is having a bit of a rough day, though. How so? I'm not sure. Sari told me he never showed up to walk with her to school, and then she couldn't find him all morning. I saw him in calculus, but he looked exhausted and upset. I suppose I'll just have to make the club extra welcoming and accepting him for him today. How to say no or nah, and each choice is an entirely different route. Bad writing, but still a very funny idea. There was a mod that did that, by the way. What was it? It was Weathered World, I believe, where there were you got a series of choices like every few lines, and they were only very subtly different choices, and it's like, what's the difference between these? And apparently they affected the outcome. I didn't experiment with it enough to find out what gets you the good ending. I just tried a few different combinations. I got the bad ending each time, and then I gave up. But I don't know. That's a weird and confusing mod. That's terrible but hilarious. Yeah. Excuse me. Anyway, moving on. Indeed. Hi, guys. Guess what? What? I require snack. Sari goes over to a wicker basket on the teacher's desk filled with small candies and starts rummaging through it. Best idea I ever had. Haha. Doesn't it get expensive restocking that thing all the time? Only a little. Does money matter if she can alter the code, though? Surely she can just, create candy or copy it, or for that matter, just edit her bank account. But, who knows. Maybe I ought to take up a collection from the club. We can call it the Snack Tax. I would happily contribute. And that's pretty generous of you, given that Sari and Natsuki eat 90% of the snacks. What are friends for? Aw, how sweet. Edit her bank account, well, yeah, exactly. Good question, which I believe she addresses pretty soon. Sup, nerds? I have to finish this bullshit construction paper art project for history, so I'll be over here until we start. Seriously? Construction paper and glue stick art in senior history? It's like we're in kindergarten sometimes. Kindergarten? Isn't it? Hold on a second. Yeah, that's what I thought. Kindergarten with a T. That D should be a T. It's, I think if I yeah, if I try to try to type in spell it with the D, it goes like, did you mean kindergarten with a T? um, but yeah. Anyway, I've had projects like that, like even in college. uh, they expect you to make some kind of visual presentation kind of thing in a class, which should theoretically have nothing to do with that. Remember Garten, like the Garten of Banpan, the DLC of the modern age? I'm not familiar with that. Recursion, did you mean recursion? Anyway, moving on. Kindergarten sometimes. I'll go speak with Natsuki for a moment. I don't want her unintentionally antagonizing MC when he gets here. He's probably not in the mood for it. The characters keep winking out of existence. I guess you mentioned that. Do you fix those transforms later, Dev? Anyway, gosh, Yuri wasn't kidding about being worried about MC, and he's still not here. Yuri's worried about MC? She mentioned that he was sort of missing this morning, and that in calculus he looked really tired and angry or something like that. Yeah, he didn't walk me to school this morning. Didn't know he looked tired and angry though. I really hope he doesn't skip the club today. Don't worry, Sarah. If he doesn't show up, then our club activity today will be rounding him up and beating the crap out of him for daring to skip. Because Ben is the current YouTuber bait indie horror game? Oh, okay. Interesting. Maybe I should stream that one too. Just bring up existence. No, I stick with that. You get used to it. Okay, fair enough. Was that one episode where everyone repeated how odd Sayori acted? Anyway, moving on. Don't do that. Relax, I'm just joshing ya. He'll probably just show up a couple minutes late being all grumpy. In any case, once he sees Yuri swiftly bumps Natsuki's arm with her elbow and whispers, "You promised." What? I'm just saying, once he sees yummy snacks in a basket, he'll be sure to change his tune, so don't eat all of them. Oh no, you're right. I shouldn't have emptied the basket. You emptied it? Siri, I just filled it 2 days ago. I was hungry. You know what? It's fine. I thought this might happen, so I have a stash of extras to refill it with. Be right back. Emergency snacks. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to tell Monica about MC, sorry. Oh, it's no big deal, Yuri. I'm just glad that everyone knows to be extra nice to MC when he gets here. Hey, Natsuki? What's up? Monica has restored the snack. Yes. Yes, I see. Yeet. Hey, Yuri. While we have a moment, I wanted to say that I really appreciate you helping me find MC earlier. I was actually really worried about him. I could tell. It'd be rather surprising if you weren't. I'm sure it's alarming to have such a long-time friend break a custom like the one you two have. Monica drifts closer to the conversation and starts eavesdropping? Interesting. So weird that was so weird she was so out of character? Transforms her heart. Which part was out of character? I mean, there are a few lines here and there where it's the back of my mind, and I'm going like, would that person really say that? But I'm sort of just kind of skipping over it. But Siri acts notably out of character. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen anything particularly egregious in that regard. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, but you're right. He's probably fine. It's not like our walking home is that big a ritual. I think it's pretty remarkable. I'm sure it's really fun to always have someone to walk and talk with every day. You should walk with us sometime, Yuri. You live kind of on the way, don't you? Oh, no, but thank you. I really wouldn't want to interfere with you and MC. You sure? You wouldn't interfere with anything. We'd be glad to have you along. They perhaps underestimate reader intelligence. I had other characters draw attention to it 1,000 times. It's in a much later episode. I really wouldn't want to interfere with you and MC. Wait, did it actually say that? Oh. It says R, really. Just joking. Okay. Anyway, moving on. But I don't want to pressure you to come with us if you're not comfortable with it. No, thanks. That's okay. That's totally fine. But let me know if you change your mind, okay? Poof, they all wink out of existence. In walks MC just as Natsuki has shoved a handful of candy in her mouth. Exclamation points. Natsuki's mouth is so full of candy that her cheeks are bulging out like a squirrel's. She chews furiously, trying to get it down. Welcome, MC. How are you? Hi? Give me a shend? What? I don't even know what she's trying to say there. I am definitely nobody. Is this real? Hey, welcome to the stream. I am definitely nobody. Well, first time chatter. That's cool. I'm Tormuse. I'm playing the Doki Doki Club meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm not sure who you are, so I don't know what kind of information you need here. But I'm into episode 2 out of 36 episodes of this thing. Show Monica at T-Hide. Yeah, that's how you do it. Show Monica at T-Hide and then hide Monica. And that is just 2 lines. That makes it fade out. Anyway. Oh, give me a second. Okay. Give me a second. She chews even more furiously and starts walking towards MC. Then she swallows too much candy at once and inhales some of her own saliva. She starts coughing violently, bends too far forward and doing so overcorrects and falls to the ground. Is this Natsuki or Sayori? Everyone's channeling Sayori today. I thought Sayori was the clumsy one. Anyway. Natsuki, are you okay? Shut up. Shut up. I'm fine. Now, I'd like to make one thing very clear. None of you effing saw this. Understood? Hee hee. Monica Sarah laughing and Yuri's just hee hee. Okay. Okay, I'm okay. This is serious. We're being serious. Succumbs to the girls, yeah. We're being Yuri smiles faintly at Natsuki. Oh my god, oh my god. It's a very long E. There's a lot of E's. Sarah, you need to breathe. Ow, it hurts. Okay. Okay, yes, good. That was to be expected, but now that's all out of your system, let me ask this one more time. None of you effing saw that, are we clear? Yep. Yes. Natsuki. And Crystal. Yes. Fantastic. Monica, now we're all here, take it away. Okay, everyone, today I thought we'd try something a little different. Oh, and before I forget, hi MC. We're pleased you made it today. It looked like you were having a rough day in calculus earlier. You know, it's an acknowledgement. Well, on to our activity for today. I know we each like doing our own things in this club. For instance, Yuri reads books, Natsuki reads manga, I write. Sayori and MC watch cheesy romance anime. We do more than that, sometimes. I thought it might be fun if we gave everyone a chance to decide what we did together as a club for once. So I put together everyone's names in a box except mine. Each week, for the next 4 weeks, we'll draw a name, and that person gets to decide what we'll do that day for our primary activity. Why didn't you put in your name? Well, I usually decide a lot of what we do anyway, plus the whole concept is something I wanted us to try together, so that's my contribution. Anyway, without further ado, today our activity will be determined by... Ask each MC's put on focus transform? Oh yeah? Bad mod. Seriously, I apologize for ruining the DDLC modding community with the misfocus. That's fine. It's a long mod. There's a lot to... It's not just that it's a long mod. I believe you were releasing these weekly, right? I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot of material to pack into one mod that... I mean, it's a lot of work for 1 week, is what I'm saying. These are weekly. How did you keep up that pace? Like week after week for like 12 weeks straight? That's crazy. There's some people taking those kind of just joking around. Oh yeah, I don't know. I figured it out. Still, for every area you find there like 50 I fixed. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, activity will be determined by Yuri. Can I just say that we have everyone do what they want? Well, the idea of this was to get everyone doing something together. Maybe in the future, if we need a break, someone can pick something like that. Incidentally, somebody's... sorry, I hear a lawnmower going outside. Yeah, sorry, I don't know if my mic is picking that up. Hopefully it isn't too annoying. Not audible on stream? Okay, yeah, fair enough then. No, I can sure hear it. Anyway, moving on. But for now, I'd like it to be something we all do as a group. But I don't want to pick something that one of us won't enjoy. It'll be really hard to think of something that everyone will like. Yuri, someone will be unhappy no matter what you do in life. Yeah. Yeah, this is the problem with just springing this idea on them. I mean, sure, it's a nice idea in theory of make each person decide once, but if you didn't tell them ahead of time, hey, you might have to decide what everyone's doing, so think of something ahead of time. That's something that we're... Sorry. I was not bad mod. No. Anyway. Oh well, moving on. Yuri, someone will be unhappy no matter what you do in life. At times like these, bear down and be decisive. Someone doesn't like it, so what? They'll get a turn eventually anyway. It is your turn, so they can deal. Okay. In that case, I'd like us to watch the 1996 film adaptation of Hamlet. The 1996 film adaptation? Well, I'm curious now. Who was in that one? I mean, Hamlet is okay. Kenneth Branagh, Julie Christie. Okay. Yeah, because Hamlet's been done and redone countless times over the years and over the decades, over the centuries, really. But yeah, okay. I wonder why specifically the 1996 version. Oops, sorry, hold on. Falling behind in chat. And then facing the tail consequences. Yeah. Let's get that gay anger. Something. Yeah. Write the ideas down on slip of paper. Yeah, that could have been a better solution, really, rather than just spring on it so suddenly. This is so hot but annoying. So watching the adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. Is that the Leonardo DiCaprio one? That's the one that takes place in modern day. Oh hey, David Lachlan, welcome to the stream. Anything past 1996 ain't worth watching? Ha. Yeah. Welcome to the stream, though. For the next day, they pick. Has the funny music. Anyway, moving on. Movie time! I'll go set the TV. I think my senior English teacher actually has that on DVD. I'll go get it from his classroom. But Yuri, will you excuse us for just a moment? Wait, really? MCs wants to talk to Natsuki? Sure. Natsuki, don't go being the person who's unhappy about her choice. Especially after you persuaded her to put herself out there like that. MC, I just looked it up, and that movie is 4 hours long. Okay, okay, I was about to say, just looked it up. Does that mean she like has some kind of intrinsic ability to, you know, I don't know, look into the code or look up the internet or something? Like, I suppose she could have just looked in her phone. I don't know. Have we established like how much knowledge the characters have of their game world and so on? She looked at her phone, yeah. Just internet search it, yeah. Hey, Radiohead, what? Oh, sorry. Obscure information about Radiohead. You've also come to the right mod. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. It's going to be night out by the time club is over at this rate. And the movie is Shakespeare, which is the most boring thing in the world. I know, but we're going to tough through it, and we're going to look like we're enjoying it. Maybe we actually will. Yes, we need to make certain sacrifices for Yuri, I suppose, including you. Aren't you afraid Sayori will be jealous? She's still needling about that? Oh no. This is the part where you get flustered, blush, say it's not like that, and then I gain the upper hand in the conversation. Honestly, Natsuki, I'm really not in the mood to argue with you today. I don't have the energy for it. Let's just get through this and go home, Hey. I'm sorry, MC. I didn't mean to upset you. You know I'm just teasing, right? Yes, I know. I just don't want to deal with it right now. Dang. Wonder what's with him. Hope he's not too mad. Is everything okay? Yeah, it's just that MC is pretty touchy today. Trying not to let it catch on me. Last thing I need is some infectious grumbly mood. Natsuki? You smell wonderful today. What? Is Yuri living up to her name? Japan. It's Japan in quotes, yeah. Like a line download from online? Could be. Mako would never pirate TE. He wouldn't download a person, no focus transform. You know the focus transforms exist until I actually looked at the base chapters? Yuri's best effort at improving her mood? Is that so? First thing that came to her mind? Sure. That series is not canon? Well, says who? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I've heard anecdotally that Dan made a comment at a convention that apparently somebody asked him if what Yuri and Natsuki did like after the end of the game, and he's made some comment like, oh, they probably just stole a kiss in the corner somewhere. I don't think there's actually any recording of that, so there's no actual proof that he said that. But you know, again, anecdotally, maybe Natsuri is sort of canon. Never noticed the focus transfer until I realized it looked wrong without them. In joke in my community, which you will get as you keep going. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, moving on. You smell wonderful today. It's just my normal super cheap apple fragrance. Well, maybe it's just the winter air combining with it. But you smell like an entire ripe, rich orchard full of fresh apples today. Where is Yuri going with this? It's quite nice. To thanks. To thanks. What if we were narrative foils to each other and we kissed? There you go. Natsuki just mocking Yuri by doing the to thanks thing. Yeah, there you go. But no need to overdo it, silly. Okay, got the DVD. Are we about ready to go? If Sari ever finishes setting up the TV. Well, can we read poems before we watch the movie? I kind of want to get that out of the way. Is sharing poems not fun anymore for you, Natsuki? We don't have to do it if it's something you dread, you know. Nah, something like that. I like poem time just fine. Just a little bit of tension and anxiety around the anticipation of having your work examined, you know? I don't want that hanging over my head while I try to enjoy the movie. Yeah, that's fair. The 4-hour-long Shakespeare movie. Well, that makes plenty of sense. It's good to be able to relax and not worry about things when you watch a movie. So you give your hairless idea ever make fun of the bad grammar in one line by mocking it? Oh no. Kind of what we're doing here. Anyway. Let me just go help Sari finish setting up, and then I'll bring everyone over here for poems. Did not mean to send that. Oh no. Okay, everyone, time to share poems. The theme this week was things that make us happy. Okay, only fair if I go first this time. I try not to make it too long. Oh, here we go. Kicking a wall. Why do I keep kicking this wall? Because one day I'll kick it and it'll crumble to the ground, and it'll feel so good. Keep kicking, keep kicking. You think I'm too small to kick down a wall? If I keep kicking, it'll break before long. I'll be exactly the right size to kick a wall then. What if the wall never crumbles? Then my legs will become strong, and my feet will be tough, and I'll kick something down. What could she be trying to say with this? Some sort of this is a metaphor for not trying to resolve unresolved trauma or something, or you know, something about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That sort of insanity. Anyway, moving on. Pushing enter doesn't go to the next one. I guess I need to click properly. Anyway, what's the wall you're kicking in this Natsuki? I guess it's just a representation of all the things I'd like to do that people think are too hard for me. But actually, it's not a really that complicated of a metaphor. I think the word that A is not supposed to be there. But actually, it's not really that complicated a metaphor. Anyway. In fact, I was actually literally thinking of kicking when I wrote this. Soccer? Soccer. I almost went for the ball rhyme, but I decided it would be too obvious. Do people really give you shit about playing soccer, Natsuki? Yeah, sometimes. Last Thursday was rough because the coach actually started discouraging me. Ooh, that's unfortunate. She's doing the Mario voice again? Yeah, sorry. Mario voice. I don't get it. What a jerk indeed, yeah. He told me that I was enthusiastic but just didn't have the tools for being a successful player in college. He said that I wasn't necessarily trying to play super competitively or in college, just playing to do the best I can and have fun. Which he took okay, I guess. It's just, there are reasons to do things besides just winning or achieving short-term success, you know? Even if you completely fail at something over and over and never succeed, you almost always get something good out of it for yourself. It's a me, Mary. Oh, okay. I get it. The extra A. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was a bit slow. But yeah, Natsuki's got a good point there. I mean, it's not just about winning. I mean, if it was only about winning, I probably wouldn't stream so many high difficulty challenge games, which I'm basically guaranteed to lose. Sometimes it's about the process, not about the process more than the goal. Anyway, moving on. Like new skills, or at least mental toughness in dealing with setbacks. That's why I play soccer, and it's not even like I suck or anything. I'm not just not in that top tier of players. Well, Noski, I know I've said it before, but it's actually hard to say anything about this poem that it doesn't just say itself. It just puts its message out, and there it is. And then we sort of just explain the whole meaning. We know it's even about one particular thing. But it's a good metaphor for benefiting from a struggle. I agree. It's a very wholesome message. Anyone else before we move on? Journey rather than destination. Yeah, there you go. I like the feeling of kicking down a wall. Yeah, makes you feel powerful. Okay, I'll go next. I don't know. I thought maybe there was a Pink Floyd reference incoming or something, but you know, I have to confess I'm not super familiar with Pink Floyd. I know there's something about a wall in there. Anyway, mine's about kittens. Cat friend? I met a kitten today, a soft fluffy kitten who's a little shy. I took it in and gave it lots of pets. And as our friendship grows, the days go by. I love to watch my new friend jump and play. It makes friends with all the other cats. And when it's sick, I take it to the vet. But one day it will leave, there's no avoiding that. So I feed it well, and see, it's growing strong. I let it prowl around outside at night. Cats are independent creatures, you know. But they go off on their own when the time is right. And then one day my cat had moved along. I knew it would have to leave me behind one day, but now wherever my little friend may go, part of it will still be mine in a way. Sorry, the poem is not really about kittens. Yeah. I mean, like, it seems to be about death rather than about kittens. But it also could just be about change and about moving on. So he loves letting cats outside. She hates native birds. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, anyway, moving on. and MC has a lot of dots to say there. It's not really about kittens. I was hoping it really would be about kittens. Not sure why I would be so optimistic. Well, it could still be about kittens. Cats really are independent spirits, but they're still good friends. And they're a good way to learn about the the transience of things. Oh no. Is that Yuri's way of saying it? They're a good way to learn about death? The rapper MC Hammer? Highest set order here? Yeah. Regarding Z order, I know, or Zorder? I don't know. Some people insist on putting whoever is speaking out in front and give them the highest set order. I'm not actually much a fan of that personally. I find it for one thing, you don't really notice the Z order unless the characters are close together like this. And in that case, like it feels weird to me if one's in front and they just sort of keep alternating like that, and when they go back and forth between who's speaking. I just as soon rather have the Z order stay the same the whole time, like one person's behind each other. That's fine. You can still tell who's speaking by the focus changes. Generally aim for the speaker being in front, but it's okay in other mods if they're not. Oh, sorry, if they're newt. Newt. Let's say you're hugging and I want their sprites together in a specific way. Yeah, fair. And he really is in the back. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. You have to appreciate them while they're there. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder when I stop and pet some stray cat, when this kitty leaves and goes to do whatever kitty business it has, will it remember that I petted it or gave it a treat? If that cat has a little bit of happiness because of me and it remembers it, that's sort of like me having a spot in the kitty's heart. Oh, that's a sweet sentiment. I'm always kind of surprised at how well you deal with the impermanence of things, Sari. I'm kind of horrified by it. Monica, come on. Tactfulness here, come on. Nude Ringu the penguin. Yeah. Like, when I meet a stray cat, I'll pet it and show it love, but I'm immediately thinking about how long it will live on its own, and how sad it is that such a sweet little creature only comes into the world to die. Oh, yikes. Sarah thinks about giving that cat a piece of herself to take with it, is how I understand her poem, but I'm afraid to feel kindly towards her kitten. If I do, it will hurt. This is why I don't like having pets. You always have that terrible moment of separation staring you in the face sooner or later. Anyway, I don't want to bum everyone out too bad, so I'll just go now. Okay, so yeah, like what are Monica's thoughts about mortality and stuff? Yesterday's episode, she was, as we established, we expressed, she was a bit confused about why MC was so fixated on the fact that Sari died and all that. That's terrifying. Proceeds to explain something equally disturbing. Exactly. Yeah. Remember Monka's thoughts about mortality? Do not know what you were asking. Mute Dev now before it's too late. Yeah, no, fair. Again, when I ask these questions, to be clear, I'm not asking people to spoil it if you've already played this mod. I'm just sort of speculating out loud and giving my own thoughts as I go along. Anyway, moving on. Purgatory is a way to heaven. I rest my pen and go to sleep, and when I wake, I gap to leap. I jump, and there I am, there. I cry, I wail, I bawl. The happiness is so strong it hurts. Finally, oh finally, please let it be real. I love it here. I love you. I love everything. I hold tightly to my beloved, their necks soaked with my tears. The world is now bright and full, beautiful and unpredictable, and I am a part of it, and I will go where I will, queen of myself, crowned at last. But now I truly wake, and I know no one buys a lottery ticket really thinking they'll win, but they like to buy the thought of what it would be like if they did. So yeah, so this is it's kind of about her dream of escaping the game to be in the real world. That's a neat comparison there. Unpopular opinion about writing stutters, recapitalizing the first letter looks better. I wondered about that, you know. I was writing my my mod the other day and writing the occasional stutter, and I wondered about whether the second letter of the stutter should be capitalized or not. Don't want to depress everyone, so here's my poem, which is not at all depressing. Yeah, exactly. Queen of myself, crowned at last. Purgatory's way to heaven. There's a biblical reference in there. I guess she sees the game as purgatory, like a place of endless. It's is purgatory a place of? Okay, my biblical knowledge is failing me now. Is it a place of torment, or I know purgatory? It's a place where you have to prove yourself on your way to deciding whether you're going to like heaven or hell, kind of that sort of notion. So it's not really a place of torment. It's just a place of your fate hasn't been decided yet, kind of thing. But I think it's the it's or at least in Dante's Inferno, I think it's like the level of hell above limbo, which is the place where you're stuck and you Like it's not as bad as hell, but you'll never get to heaven, so it's like sort of in between. Purgatory is kind of in between is how I've always read it, yeah. First circle of hell or a place between heaven and hell, yeah. Two usual interpretations, yeah, there you go. Limbo, my mind cap, and more, eh. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling here. Yeah. So, yeah, Monica's still hung up about that sort of thing. Moving on. That was unusually straightforward for you. It's definitely got the form of a poem, but it's also laser focused and feels like a short story. Or fan fiction. Good fan fiction, don't get me wrong. No offense taken, that's definitely what's going on here. This week the poems were supposed to be about what makes us happy, and this makes me the happiest. Just hasn't happened yet, so I had to be a little fanfic-ish. I know you get your wish one day, Monica, but you better bring us with you, or at least come and visit. I will. Pinky swear? Pinky swear. You better. I really liked your poem, Monica. It's really refreshing to be able to understand one of yours. While it's kind of raw and wounded, it's honestly nice to hear you just directly say how you feel. I like that many of Monica's poems make you feel things through a veil of abstract or seemingly irrelevant words and concepts with meaning strictly internal to her. This one doesn't do that, but it still has much to recommend it. My favorite bits were the rush of spaceless words and the abrupt cut to the lottery ticket metaphor at the end. The words running together provided a breathless feeling that really got across for complete elation, and the seeming non sequitur provided a really jarring effect that was very appropriate to coming out of a good dream before you get to the really good part. Yeah, that's fair. I'm compulsively confirming the spelling of sequitur. Yeah, okay. Ooh, could have multiple spellings. Yeah, this one's acceptable. Anyway. Oops, sorry. Clicked away from the chat. There we go. Is it the F word fan fiction? Probably giving self-metal meme. Text box counter in the top left? I don't know what that counter is. It's been there since the beginning of the mod. I just have no idea. I don't know. Sorry, not mine. I don't know. It was what is it even counting? I mean, the numbers increased when I went to the next line. MC, why don't you go next? Now I'm watching them. Yeah, it keeps going up. The second number doesn't change. But it's like there's a 3-digit number and then a 4-digit number. But I still don't know where it started counting from, or what does that mean? I don't know. It's not on my install if I recall correctly. Debug mode is on, I think. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That could be it. Text box counter, 575 being the number of text boxes in the chapter and 1416 being the text boxes read so far. Okay. Could be. Anyway, moving on. Sure. The museum. Pulling a precious artifact from the ground, I'll take it to my museum, dust it off, lay it lovingly on a velvet pillow in a bulletproof glass box with 7 locks, in a humidity-controlled room behind a grid of lasers in a locked vault in a bunker. Then it won't get scratched. Okay. Alright. There it is. Is the precious artifact metaphor for something? Is this him being like overly protective of something or someone, perhaps? Is that kind of that kind of fire at the beginning? Yeah, moving on. Well, that was quite different. I said last week that your poems were becoming more like Sayori's, but this is something else. This poem is the most unique to you that you've written so far. It's not really that much like any of our styles. You're developing your own way of doing things. Well, I really like it. It's pointed and it gets out quick. It's very punchy, basically. Although, I can't figure out exactly what it's about. It's about the opposite idea from my poem, I think. I want the precious thing to be free and happy when it leaves. MC wants to protect it and make sure it stays where it is, and so that nothing ever harms it. But in doing so, he thinks he's being irrational, as I read it. Yeah. With this worried expression here. He does all of these incredibly elaborate preparations just so the artifact won't be scratched. So I think in part it's about fear. Nothing else would make you take such outlandish precautions. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like he's trying to stop the artifact from being stolen, he's trying to stop it from getting scratched. Yeah. Anything else to add, MC? Nope. Alright, well that leaves you then, Yuri. Ah, she looks really happy to share today. World in a cup. Ah, the end of a weary day. The world seems impersonal, filled with small acts of malice, petty cruelties, indifference. Then I fill the kettle with clear water, the blessing of well-made tea. You must wait for it. You must anticipate it. Anticipation. Anyway. Hear the water boiling, a delightful static. Place your cup down, put the tea inside. A moment is there given to you to revel in its scent and texture, to warm your cold hands over the hot kettle, and then the water falls into the cup. This water, married to this earth for eons, after an endless journey, it's here to meet you, and to be you for a little while. The tea leaves, too, filled with love, from people far away you will never meet, yet who care for you through these leaves. Their tenderness for the leaves is their tenderness for you. The leaves are filled with other loves, from the soil and the sun, and the water too, which it now meets again, a joyous reunion. This tea contains rice too. Another small miracle of love and nature, here to sustain you. History itself, too, sustains you in this rice. The rice was put there by poor peasants long ago. Out of the necessity of 100 impoverished generations come your small pleasures. On the first sip you are taken away. Everything fades away but the heat, the feel of the cup, the taste of the tea, your well-contented sigh. And the world is no longer indifferent. The world is the water, the world is the rice, the world is the tea. And therefore it is the sun, the soil, the love, the history. They've all built this gift for you and you alone over thousands of years. And nothing exists anymore but your contentment. Ah. That's a pretty wholesome and happy interpretation of the tea her tea drinking ritual. That's kind of cool. It's kind of neat how it has some similarity to Sayori's poem in some ways, actually, like in that she takes this one simple interaction with the kitten and turns it into now I'll be in that kitten's heart forever, and Yuri's taking this, like, all the combined acts of love that made the tea in the first place are part of her too. There's some it's yeah, I don't know, it's neat. Anyway, synonyms are often better than instead rhymes prove me wrong. Wait, that's not a perfect rhyme. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. That's neat. Okay, moving on. Wow, that poem was awesome, Yuri. That was a whole journey. There was so much to it. It's like that clip where they zoom in all the way from a proton to the whole universe and back for a cup of tea. It was super cool. It was super cool, and I want to read it again. And Sayori takes Yuri's poem and starts rereading it. I agree. I feel like we should send this poem to be published somewhere. We can definitely do that. There are lots of places that consider poems for publication, and this is really great. You're really building up Yuri's poem here. I'm really proud of you, Yuri. If you want, I'm happy to try and get this published for you. It deserves it. No, that's okay. I'm glad you guys like it, but I really do mostly write just for myself and for you. I'm not sure I want anyone else to see it, especially a bunch of critics that would probably pick apart the structure of the poem, or some publication committee that would just judge it against a bunch of other nice poems. I'm just happy that you were able to enjoy it and understand a little of my mind as it pertains to tea. Yuri, I know everyone else has said it, but I can officially confirm you totally killed it. You're on a pretty good roll recently with your poems, girl. It's not easy to make everyone happy or fit everyone's tastes around here, but you somehow keep doing it. We stan. Yeah, we stand. There's some modern slang in there. Poem deserves to be published. Doki Doki Club. Yeah. Medal number 2. Yeah. That's funny. Eep. You are all much too kind. Thank you. Yuri looks lost in her own thoughts for a moment. What the? Yuri shakes her head back and forth quickly. Can we watch the movie now? All that kindness is going to my head and I need to relax a little. Oh, is that red flash to indicate that she was thinking of self-harming again? Anyway, of course, it's your day. Oh, let's let the sepia print again. How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on it, fie, 'tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. Crawling in my skin. Noski, stop. These wounds, they will not heal. Shh. Okay, but he's totally an emo goth boy, though. That's sort of the point. This is a different remix of that song. The Play With Me song. Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats did coldly furnish forth the marriage tables. Wait, what? He's saying that obviously they got married so soon after the funeral so they could use leftovers from it. Search the assets for the most medieval sounding remix of a song like that. It kind of reminds me of, shoot, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past for the SNES. There's like, I don't know, something about the instrument usage reminds me of some of the songs from that. That's what it puts me in mind of. Not sure why exactly. Anyway, moving on. Okay, that's hilarious. Since brevity is the soul of wit, yeah. Yeah, speaking of brevity, it's been a while since I've read or watched Hamlet, but I do recall there being a gag about this line. He has this long speech about brevity. Anyway, or Shakespeare should have said brevity. Snurk. That's pretty good, not gonna lie. Hey, can we take a break real quick? I need to stop hearing people say thou and stuff for a little while. And sure, everyone back here in 10 minutes, okay? Group gets up, stretches their legs, and separates out a bit. Who to check in with? Oh, okay, we're getting another one of these. I guess I'll save it. The speech this line appears in is extremely verbose, yeah. So much for brevity, you know? Yeah. I'm not so good at brevity either. Anyway, moving on. Assuming that this goes in the same, along the same lines, and I can choose all three of them, might as well do them in order. I am going to go refresh my water, though, first. I will be right back. So much for brevity. C sharp major? Alright. Okay. So I guess I'll just do these in order. So we'll start with Monka and Yuri. It would be good for them, and you, I think. But it would be intrusive. That time is theirs. Talking about her walking with them? Well, yes, but it doesn't sound like you'd be walking all the way back. They still have plenty of time together with just themselves. Just think about it, okay? I think it could make you very happy. What's that hop? Is it? Yes. Sorry, I got so wrapped up in what I was talking about that I didn't notice you there. Hmm? Hello? Actually, that reminds... Okay, sorry, there... Was that hop and stuff, her noticing that the game's focused on her and that they're talking to the player right now? Or talking to me? Is that an E or D major? Yeah. I don't know offhand. I don't know perfect pitch. Anyway, moving on. Actually, that reminds me. I should tell you something, Yuri. Well, to be honest, I don't know if I should. I'm not sure if it would be good or bad to do so, but I think, all things considered, I should try it. I just, I hope you'll forgive me if I shouldn't have said it, or if it upsets you. I hope it won't. She's doing the dance again. Like the hand on hip, then point, hand on hip, then point. Anyway, sorry. The likelihood of it being upsetting increases as you increase my anxiety over what it is. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Okay, so the game has been following you around all day? They know more or less everything you've been up to today. For how long? I'm pretty sure from the time you woke up to when you walked into the club. And how much can you tell about what I've been doing and thinking? Well, I know you probably cut this morning, and it seems like you were thinking about doing so again after everyone liked your poem. But I didn't. I'm trying not to, and I don't have to justify that to you. You're right, you don't, and I only knew about it because, yeah, I know. I wasn't able to figure out any other details, except maybe for one. Let's see. I got up, brushed my hair, I showered, exclamation points. And don't worry, it was using your point of view, and I think it had a visual blackout. Uh-huh. Also don't have perfect pitch. I just spent so much time in jazz ensemble that I know the sound of B flat, E flat, and F by heart. Yeah, that's fair. It's it's been a long time since I played in a band. I did play a trumpet for a while in high school. Team relative pitch, yeah. Yeah, I also sang in a choir. Yeah, I don't know. There are some notes that I can pick out, and then I can figure out where other notes are relative to that. Like if I take a second to think about it, I can go and I can think up from that note and figure out what a key something is in. But I can't like hear a note and just immediately like pick out, okay, that's a C sharp or whatever. But anyway, moving on. Oh, well, let's see, what else could have happened? After the shower, I had some tea, then I walked to school. That's why you wanted to talk about walking with Sayori and MC. You could read what I was thinking? No, nothing like that. I just felt like you were lonely. And that felt odd because you're usually very comfortable and secure in your own company. Then I heard you and Sayori talking and you were weirdly flustered by the topic of walking together. She's still doing it. She point, hand on hip, point, hand on hip, point. She's like alternating perfectly. I'm sorry, I just find it visually distracting. I shouldn't just keep harping on it. I'm sorry. Moving on. So sorry. So I decided that I should take a risk and talk to you about it. I don't want anyone to hear to feel lonely if they don't have to. Well, thanks, Monica. Even though it's distressing to realize what the audience knows and saw, it's good to know that you wanted to help me. I'll think about it, okay? Thanks, Yuri. I'll try not to talk about this kind of thing unless it's important. Thank you. That helps to keep me from constantly worrying about it. And as for you out there, it's really hard to live knowing you might be being spied on at any time. I get that you don't get to control where you see. Just don't judge, okay? Everyone has their secrets. I bet you do too. So try to have some sympathy for me and don't be mean. And some sympathy for all of us. Now, you, there's some stuff I want to talk to Yuri about in private. Oh wait, no, not she's actually pointing and her hand on the hip at the same time. Anyway. I love that you came to visit us first, though. Yeah. You're so thoughtful, Tormuse. After that, let's get back to the movie. The 10 minutes are almost up. Oh, back to the song again? Oh, we only got to check on one of them. Or one pair of them? I thought we were going to get to check on all of them, so I don't know. I would have put more thought into the choice in that case. Oh well. Anyway, you are welcome, but my uncle father and aunt mother are deceived. In what, my dear lord? I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw. Poor Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, they're just there to be expendable. Yeah, I know they're just throwaway side characters and everyone else kind of knows it. Thankfully, they get Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Yeah, I was about to comment on that. There's a play with that title, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, based on those throwaway characters from Hamlet. It's a reference. Anyway, moving on. Never heard of it. Me either. Me either. I'm sure Monica has at least. Nope, what is it? You've never read Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead? I have not. Tomorrow I'm bringing it to school and you are reading it. Okay. Is it a book or is it a play? I'm aware of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, but yeah. Yeah, there you go. The play is a thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. You know, I never seen this play before. I heard about it, obviously, but I thought it was just pretentious Shakespeare BS, but I'm actually impressed. This play is about the main character being extremely effing indecisive. Is that the impressive part? Yeah, I guess. I kind of expected just some gory love drama or something, but there's definitely depth here. The story's a lot weirder and has more personality than I expected. I like the way it captures a broad range of emotion while it tells its story. There are a lot of little details about their relationships that make it believable, like Laertes and Ophelia having their little bro-sis chat, or the fact that you can totally tell that Horatio is Hamlet's favorite friend over all the posers. And I guess that's one way to put it. That kind of thoughtful, believable detail is really important to a story. It makes the characters feel like real people. It helps us to care about them. That is very true. To a nunnery I go. To a nunnery go. Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown. I don't understand why he's being so mean to Ophelia here. There are a few theories on that. Some people say it's all for show because he knows he's being spied on. So it's just him playing up being crazy. But some people think he's mad at Ophelia because he now sees her as being on Claudius's team. So he's ranting at her for that reason, is another way to think about it. You know what I don't get? Why would she say o'erthrown like that? I mean, you're not even saving any time by pronouncing the V. It's tricky, the iambic pentameter. Apparently they're mentioned in Bohemian Rhapsody by Joe Hawley. Not sure why, but okay. If you say so. I'm not familiar with that. When Shakespeare was writing, the apostrophe had only recently started to be used to cover letter omissions like that. Today, we mostly only use apostrophes that way in contractions, but Shakespeare thought it was really novel, so he uses them everywhere for fun, even in situations that seem kind of silly. My favorite is earlier when he says, "I am too much in the sun," like omitting that N does anything. So Shakespeare is just addicted to this punctuation meme? Got it. He's this legendary poet and author, but he's hyped for omitting letters to try out his sick new punctuation. That's pretty funny. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use another break. I'm into that. Group scatters around the room. Okay, maybe we will get to check on everyone. This is foreshadowing for Yuri later caring a lot about punctuation. Knowledge wasn't power if it couldn't flex his muscle every hour? Anyway. Yeah, let's check on Sarah and Natsuki. MC's by himself. Excuse me. And she said Akio was going to surprise Mia with flowers, but then Suya thought they were for her and took them before he could say anything. Oh boy, that was probably a lot of drama. Well, it depends on who you believe, because she said that's what Akio told her. But knowing him, maybe he was going to give the flowers to Suya all along, and her taking them is just what he told Mia to avoid trouble. Is she talking about like some anime or something that actually happened, or manga? And you also have to consider the source, because Tasha has a huge crush on the Akio in the first place, so who knows what her motivations are. The Akio? Gossip Girl's time? This is in-school drama? Okay, fair enough. Man, high school romance is complicated for some people. That's the one advantage to us being single, is we don't have to worry about all that stuff. And it's a good thing, too. Is this some kind of foreshadowing here? The Akio. I have enough drama on a daily basis without some significant other to worry about. Though there are plenty of times when I think it would be nice to have one. Some low drama person where we could just have a simple relationship and not care about what other people think. The week before the festival may have been staged and fake, but god damn, that crush feeling was real enough. Interesting. You can see how you get hooked on it. How about you, Sayori? What are your feelings on the topic? I'm really worried about MC. Something is hurting him really badly, and I'm scared it's my fault. Oh boy. Well, that was kind of out of nowhere for a question about relationships, or maybe it wasn't. Sayori, how do you feel about MC? I'm really scared for him. That's not what I mean. I mean you care about him, right? Yeah, he's my best friend. I mean that you love him, Sayori. I can't say that I feel that way about him. I can't. I don't know. At the week before the festival. That was staged. You said it yourself. None of it counts. I'm pretty sure our feelings... It doesn't count. Natsuki, I am a mess. The week before the festival proved that. I loved MC and I told him, and it turned out being the worst thing I've ever done to him. He deserves better than me. That's why I brought him to the literature club. Thought he might find someone better. Like Yuri or Monica or Hugh. But then I had to be selfish, and it ruined everything. That's why you have to stop being selfish. If you think you were selfish, that means you had some feeling of your own that you were acting on. And that's not selfish. The only thing you did that hurt MC or was really selfish, well, there's no easy way to say it, but the selfish thing you did was killing yourself. Oh, there's a lot to unpack there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this is Natsuki not noted for tact. Yeah. This is a topic. How do I even get into this? It is common for people who have experienced the suicide of a loved one to have that reaction, like how selfish of them to take their life and leave us with all this grief, yada yada yada. And sometimes that sort of idea is, I think, wrongly attempted to use to reason with suicidal people and say, oh, don't be so selfish and kill yourself. Think about the people you leave behind, yada yada yada. And I say wrongly because I don't think it's a good way to. I mean, I don't know. It's a difficult topic. Like it's I mean, hey, it might be something, the kind of thing that helps keep someone from killing themselves. But I also feel like it's not good to try to make the suicidal person feel bad. Like if you're trying to motivate them by making them feel bad, there's something's gone wrong there. I mean, that's my own opinion and take on that subject. Yourself's really degenerate. Sorry, that's funny. It's a funny line because I had that comment about the use of the word degenerate in the last episode, and over in the server, Dev made the comment comparing Natsuki to Jordan Peterson, and just that whole. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have brought that up. It's somehow not a very good deal with mental health crisis. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not saying that this is a bad line overall to have in the story or anything. This is, like, as you say, like, these are teenagers trying to figure their way out through things, and they don't have a lot of life experience, so they're not always going to say the right things. Yada yada yada. I'm just saying, like, when I hear phrases like this, that's just that sort of sentiment doesn't sit well with me. Yeah, and in fact, I comment on that, and it says no to suicide. It's one of the it's one of the joke options in the quiz, and Sayori has a few words to say about it. Right line on screen right now. Didn't we hear the opposite of this in TLC somewhere or some other mod? TLC? Don't think so. No, I don't think so. It was definitely in Sayori Says No to Suicide. Match together, all the club becomes totally aware mods. Well, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's yeah. I don't know. I'm the reason I'm hesitating and hemming and hawing here is because I don't want to make a distinct. Nothing's black and white. I'm not saying that this is always wrong, this is always right, or whatever. It's perfectly possible for someone to get motivated to not kill himself that way, but it's in my view, this is not ideal. I guess there's probably some other mod Kane cover between that now. I think Kane did do Sayori Says No to Suicide. That's another one of my mods. That was my second mod that I released, actually. But what do I know? Maybe it was. I mean, I know Kane Monger's has done YouTube videos of like tons of mods by now. Anyway, moving right along. Now, I know that there was more going on than just your own decision-making there, and you didn't think it was selfish. I know you thought you were getting out of the way of everyone else's happiness, but you know damn well that's not at all how it turned out. You're very lucky in that way, A lot of people who commit suicide never have to see the effects that their decision has on others. They get to escape it. But you got to see exactly what it did to MC, even after he was freed, and what it did to all of us. I know it was selfish, but I couldn't help it. Even after seeing everything that happened after I died and knowing how it hurt everyone, it's still hard to get away from those thoughts. I'm not in any danger of doing it or anything, at least not right now. Those thoughts are just there still, always. Eh, And with all that floating around my head, I can't talk to MC about how I feel about him. What if that gets him more emotionally invested? Then he'll get hurt even more when I go and screw things up. Even if I don't leave, I'll screw up and hurt him sooner or later. Sayori, your fears are liars. I'm not saying that you have feelings for MC, but if you do, you should absolutely tell him. I don't know much about love, but I know that love itself is never the problem. It's all the complicated and other feelings that mess with love that cause the problem. You should tell him. If you're worried about hurting him, well, first of all, you shouldn't be. But even if you are worried about it, you should work on making yourself into a you that won't hurt him so badly. You'll never be hurt by you for the reasons you're afraid of. All these doubts and thinking you suck at stuff. You'll only be hurt by you embracing those doubts and those fears. That's the thing that is really scary for him, I think. A long silence passes. Well, I mean, as the king of overthinking, I mean, this is all relatable. It's super easy to overthink these sorts of things. Just when it comes to these sorts of feelings, I think it's on balance, it's better to express them than not to. I mean, like at least get it out in the open and talk about it. But I don't know. It can be, it's the kind of thing. It can be difficult. Because here's the thing, like, so I kind of touched on this in Sayers due to suicide, that negative feelings reinforce themselves the more you talk about them and think about them and so on. Here's another thing I didn't talk about, though. Awkwardness feeds itself. Dwelling on an awkward moment makes it more awkward. And right now, there's a very awkward moment between MC and Sayori right now, where, I don't know, each of them is afraid to talk to the other, and they're not sure how to bring it up. They're not sure how to talk about anything. And so, and like, bringing it up again and rehashing it and going over it again and again could make it more awkward. And sometimes the cure to awkward moments is to just skim on past it, just pretend that awkward moment is not there. Just go talk about something else and change the subject and just skate on past it and just try to ignore it. Sometimes that is the better solution. Like, I don't think it is in this case. I think they've got some. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff to resolve there. I mean, I don't know. It's hard. It's just hard to say. It's hard to say. Like, I mean, they did kind of try to talk about it in the previous episode, and Sari brushed MC off, and that was an uncomfortable moment. Nothing bad ever happens if you don't get your feelings from another person out there. Yeah, out there. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the sentiment they're working with here. I mean, I just don't fully agree with that. Let me say, I'm not sure how serious you're being there, Dev. Nothing bad ever happens if you don't get your feelings from another person out there. I mean, if you let those feelings fester inside you, full sarcasm. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, if you let those feelings fester inside you, they can eat away at you, and they can, in turn, sort of eat away at the relationship, or whatever relationship or friendship you might have otherwise. So, like, yeah, I don't know. If you're going to make the decision not to talk about it, you have to be sure that it's something that you can live with. that you can live with not talking about it. And that's kind of a question that only you yourself can answer, I guess, or each individual can ask themselves. It's rough. It's as you'll see, yeah. It's yeah. I don't know. I mean, I have hey, I've got friends and relationships and interpersonal interactions in my own life of things that hey, I would love to talk about that and resolve it, but I can also see that talking about it could make some things worse. So and I do that mental that the game of playing playing through like what can I live with not talking about that? Can we keep the friendship while just avoiding that issue, that topic? And sometimes maybe it just needs time. Maybe you can talk about it, but you need to wait until enough time has passed when you've where the feelings aren't quite so raw and you both are in an emotional place where you can handle it and not spiral out of control or whatever. I don't know. It's a complicated topic. Anyway, I'm doing far too much rambling once again. Let's move on. Yeah, I'll care about you too. We'd be devastated if you were gone. Too many feelings. Excuse me. I'll think about what you said, but let's stop talking about it for now. I'd rather just get back to being silly and lighthearted. You've got it, champ. They're about to start the movie again, I think. Let's race to the soda machine first, and then you'll have a legitimate excuse for being all red-faced. Thank you, Natsuki. That's sweet. Lady, shall I lie in your lap? No, my lord. I mean, my head upon your lap. Aye, my lord. Do you think I meant... Do you think I meant country matters? I think nothing, my lord. That's a fair thought to lie between mate's legs. What is, my lord? Nothing. Is it just me, or is this scene super raunchy? Yeah, pretty much. Uh-oh. Throat's still getting really rough. Haven't even... I'm only 2 hours into this thing. It's not just you. There are at least 3 euphemisms in there. What were they? Well, there's the lie in your lap innuendo, there's the country matters pun, and there's the nothing double entendre. I'm not sure I get that last one. Whoever came up with the word raunchy did a very good job. Yeah, it's almost onomatopoeic. Anyway. In Shakespeare's time, how are you going to explain this, Yuri? In Shakespeare's time, nothing was a stealthy euphemism for female private parts? Exclamation points. Ah, he's blushing. Sorry I asked. Now what my love is, proof hath made you know, and as my love is sized, my fear is so. Where love is great, the littlest doubts are fear. Where little fears grow great, great love grows there. What is it, Yuri? I was just thinking. Earlier when they were doing the dumb show, it was a play, inside a play, inside a play, which you are watching from inside an entirely fictional world to begin with. So we're on 4 recursive meta levels. Nice. At least. Nerds. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. How many layers of meta are you on right now, my dude? Yeah, pretty much. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. This is my favorite part. Most people know the to be or not to be soliloquy, but I prefer this one. Is this the bit where Claudius is praying? and Hamlet's considering killing him. Yeah. I'm watching someone else watch this mod. Haha, yeah. What is it you like about this one so much, Yuri? When it's acted well, like here, it's exquisitely emotionally complex. The king is just a tormented soul trying to save himself, but he can't because of his own web of evil acts. And that is pretty interesting. Sorry, I can see you sneaking over to the snack basket. Exclamation points. And just bring me back a mini candy bar, okay? Can do. This man shall set me packing. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Oh, hell yeah, now we're getting into it. Poor Polonius. He was pretty dumb. Yeah, he sort of had it coming. Still though, Hamlet, buddy, you're really on the clock for this killing the king thing. You waited and waited, and now there's collateral damage. Gotta get going, man. No use procrastinating. Yuri leans over and whispers to Monica, I can't wait to see how she reacts to the ending. And she'll probably love it. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, this is a good place for one more break. Then we'll come back and finish. See you back here in a little while. MC is slumped over a desk in the back of the classroom, apparently asleep. Time to check up on him. Yeah, so this is the third in the of the check on them thing. MC is sitting in one of the desks in the back. His left arm is hanging limp at his side. His right arm is thrown over the desk, and he is slumped over it, his head resting on his arm. Is that the dad position? He's apparently asleep. Under his arm, a piece of paper is faintly visible, along with a small bit of what looks like a very simple, unskilled drawing. Most of the drawing is hidden underneath his arm and head. On the opposite side of the room, Monica and Yuri briefly stop talking and look over in MC's direction with concern. Then they look back at each other and continue their conversation. MC appears to glance over his elbow. Is he peeking? Monica starts to turn towards him, and his head immediately goes back down. He doesn't really have anyone to interact with here. Perhaps he's only pretending to be asleep. But he definitely looks very tired. There are bags under his eyes, and when he briefly opens them, they're fairly red and weary. He couldn't have gotten more than 2 hours of sleep last night. Monica and Yuri occasionally glance over at him, but he doesn't look up again. A few minutes pass this way. MC, we're going to start again. Incoming. As he stands up, he crumples his drawing in his hand and throws it in the trash. There's rosemary, that's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. And there's pansies, that's for thoughts. There's fennel for you, and columbines, there's rue for you, and here's some for me. We may call it herb grace a Sunday, so you must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. I assume all those flowers mean something. They do indeed. Yeah, boy, here we go. She gives you the first couple of meanings for free, which also tells you to look for meaning in the ones that come after. Like she says, rosemary is a flower of memory, which maybe she's interested in because of the death of her father. Pansies are for thoughts too, but it might be more accurate to say they're about mindfulness, and keeping things in the forefront of your mind. So maybe that's another one she's choosing because her dad died. Now after that it gets tricky. Fennel is a flower of flattery, while columbines are the flower of deceit in love. They were associated with male infidelity. Depending on how you choose to state it, Ophelia could either be mocking Claudius with this, or thinking about Hamlet betraying her. Yeah, because I mean, the plot of Hamlet is Claudius killed the king, murdered him, Hamlet's father. So the king was Hamlet's father. Claudius killed him. I believe Claudius is his brother too. I mean, is the king's brother. Murdered him and then married Hamlet's mother. So that's the thing about infidelity there. Which, again, is also the thing about the feast used for the wedding being used at the funeral, or funeral used at the wedding, or whatever it was. Anyway, it's been a while since I've watched or read Hamlet, but that's my recollection of it anyway. Anyway, thinking about Hamlet betraying her, because this production pretty clearly goes with the second, I think. Rue, as the name implies, symbolizes bitterness and regret. That's where we get our modern word, rue, from. And this is Hamlet, so everyone is rueing at this point in the play. Har har. Rue was also considered an abortion herb, so if you want to read it as meaning that Ophelia aborted a child, you can. Daisies are about innocence and gentleness. It's hard to say exactly what she means by this without seeing a particular staging, but the safest interpretation is that this flower is, in context, meant to be an ironic comment about herself. Yeah. Innocent, so she's not innocent and gentle? Finally, there's the violets, which all withered when her father died, she says. And that one's easy enough. It symbolizes loyalty and fidelity, so what she's saying is pretty clearly praise for her father. I never knew flowers had all these complex meanings. Yuri bores the reader part 2. Aw, it's not boring. I don't think it's boring. It's just Yuri being Yuri. Anyway, that makes me love them even more. Whose grave's this, Sirrah? Oh, is this the bit with the skull? Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well, Horatio. Anyway. Whose grave's this, Sirrah? Mine, sir. Ha! He's got you there. I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it. Seriously? In it? So you rolled, Shakespeare, calm your apostrophe memes. You lie out on it, sir, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, and yet it is mine. Thou dost lie in it, and to be in it, and say it is thine, 'tis for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest. Score 1 for Hamlet. 'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you. What man dost thou dig it for? For no man, sir. What woman, then? For none neither. Who is to be buried in it? One that was a woman, sir, but, rest her soul, she's dead. How absolute the knave is. Score 1 for the gravedigger. That was some pretty rapid-fire wordplay. Shakespeare was pretty fond of word games. This is another reason you need to read Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. I will. We didn't get the Alas Poor Yorick speech. Oh well. Take up the bodies, such a sight as this becomes the field, but here shows much amiss. Go bid the soldiers shoot. The credits roll. Wow, that was actually pretty epic. You got there in the end. Although pretty much everyone paid a terrible price because of his foot dragging. That was actually a really good idea, Yuri. It was a very literary experience. Thanks. Dev. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Is it email time now? I'm actually starting to get kind of sleepy already. That's because of all the sweets you ate earlier. It is time for email, Sari. Do you know how to get it set up now? Yeah, I think so. Give me a sec. While she's doing that, don't forget that you can email us questions by sending them to my address, which is lit.club.pres.monka@gmail.com. And thanks for all the questions over the last week. We got so many. Thanks, Dev. You're too welcome. Yeah. Sorry if we don't answer yours in the club. We only have time to answer a few. I'm surprised we got like 50 after the first week. Wow. That's cool. Very Fruition doesn't do the to thanks thing. Sure. Okay, and oh yeah, when I was reviewing the recording yesterday, I realized that the chat is kind of obscuring the email. So I think I might want to move this over. Well, that's full in front of my face. I can just move that down a bit. Is that all right? Is that in anyone's way? Now it's obscuring the the count in the corner, I guess. Anyway, Oh, this is a great question. For me, I always need to just get my pen. Oh, shoot. Was I supposed to? Was I supposed to read it in that time there? Now everyone's in the way. I don't know what the question said. I was busy futzing around with the the chat display there. You're fine. Don't sweat it. Doesn't show the question in the history, I suppose. I'm kind of something access something success is when writing poems. I have to write poems a lot. Something tart. Looks like it says start. So someone is asking about poems. Anyway, for me, I always need to just get my pen moving in some way to start. I like to use a really nice fountain pen with a sizable nib against a rough-grained paper. I like the feel of it, and it helps me want to move the pen around on the page. That's often the key to writing anything, is just make sure you're writing something, and don't worry about it if it's good or makes sense. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, I try to approach all my writing with that sentiment of write something down, make sense of it later. Like it's really easy to just get stuck in my thoughts and overthinking things, and just not moving forward. I just yeah, my present writing of Turquoise, as it is, as I'm writing it, has a lot of spots which are currently kind of filler. I just threw old thing in there, and I'm gonna clean it up later. So nobody's going to see my rough draft, so it's like whatever. The email isn't on absurdly high Z order. I'm kind of interested in what everyone's process is when writing poems. I have to write poems a lot and always find it hard to start. Gabriel. Okay, there you go. Got it from the source. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Then later you can come back and edit if you need to. So just keep scratching something with your pen, even if it's doodles, or if you're typing, just make sure you keep that in that typing rhythm. Yeah, that's why I type instead of writing. If I had to go back and edit it when I'm writing in pen, that would be awkward. Anyway, that's Monica's writing tip of the day. I feel like I've heard something like this before. There was plenty of original advice in that one. But back to the question. Generally, I just sit there with my pen sitting on the page until inspiration strikes. Usually, I just start writing something or other just to get something down, no matter what it is. A lot of the time, because I'm just trying to write whatever, many of my words end up being nonsense. That's probably a lot of the reason my poems are often so abstract. Plus, my first drafts are always hideous before I edit them, not just because of the weird disordered words. Sometimes I just kind of zone out when I'm stuck for an idea, and then I find that I've rested my pen onto the page too long, and this huge pool of ink has soaked the page, sometimes right through onto whatever's underneath. Ah, yes, that whole big puddle of ink metaphor thing, which got reused so many times. It got used in DDLC Plus. It also got used in the demo for Rewind Replay, that mod. You don't have regular pens in Japan? Like ballpoint pens? Like this one? Which I've been fumbling with below the camera. Anyway. No, really, it's not a metaphor. I keep staying in my desk with ink. It's a problem. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. That's where I got the imagery for Your Reality from. But once I feel like I've written everything I wanted to get out, I go back to look at what I've written. Then my editing process is that I try to think about what I was trying to get across with my stream of consciousness writing. Then I make it a little more presentable and orderly. I usually don't change too many of the actual words. The edits are like 80% formatting, and just transcribing it onto a new piece of paper so it looks less messy. I strongly recommend random assemblages of 20 or so loosely related words in no particular order. Well said. That seems like a good note for me. I need to go use the washroom again. I'll be right back. Uh-oh, chat's been active. Oops. Sorry, it's just really, it's not a metaphor. I keep staying at my desk. I think it's a problem. It's a funny line. I've done this Thursday. That's certainly a lot of text. Let's see. It takes an average about 2 to 3 weeks to write an episode. Oh, okay. Aha. So you weren't quite releasing them weekly, or maybe you were releasing them weekly, but I was under the impression that like you were writing each one in a week. That would be an impressive rate to be able to pull off. You know, something of this length and this quality in 1 week. That would be. I'd be amazed if you didn't burn out trying to keep up that pace. Yeah. Anyway, some of the longer episodes took more like a month or slightly over. Collection content varies. Okay, I'm beginning to see the structure of the mod now. Maybe the YouTube collection is an extra in it that took me about 4 months to write on its own. Emails, 5 6 emails, makes sense. 50 on the first day. Yeah, had a backlog of about 6 ready when I started releasing. Season 3 I do releases every other week because it's nicer to have more of a time cushion. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I wanted to comment a little more on. I was talking about the just write something down, figure it out later. I'm feeling a lot of that. I mentioned yesterday that I'm making a Pride mod for Pride Month just coming up, and it's still a work in progress. But a lot of it is feeling like it's going to need editing because right now it's sort of a lot of characters talking at the audience about LGBT issues. It needs some cleaning up and making it feel more like more of a story. See how it goes. This feels like it's a playable adaptation of a YouTube series, like Joshua or somebody would write. It's episodic. Yeah. It's like I really wanted to tell a long story with lots of room for character development. Very cool. Cool. Anyway, moving right along. But seriously, it's been different every time for me. I'm definitely not at the point where I can just go with the flow like Monica can. Sometimes I do start writing and get on a tear where everything works. But for the most part, I have to do a lot of counting syllables on my fingers and looking in rhyming dictionaries, especially when I try to write poems to fit a certain format. Rhyming dictionaries, that's an idea. The other thing I mentioned yesterday was that I was trying to write a poem for Sayori and trying to figure out how to make it rhyme. Are rhyming dictionaries a thing? That didn't occur to me. I'll have to look into that. Anyway. Occasionally I try to write things more freeform, but your prose is to be really eloquent for that, kind of like Yuri's. I definitely am not on her level for eloquence either. So basically I'm just trying a bunch of different stuff right now and seeing what works. He still looks, MC is like resting bitch face here or something. He's just constantly angry. He's got those angry eyebrows going on. Or something. For sure I thought you had the time save. Escape from the rhyme zone? Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I almost always know what I want to write about straight away. I just have to find the right words to give it the right feel. For me, most of the work gets done really quickly, and then I spend a long time finding just the right words or phrase for certain parts. My parents used to read me nursery rhymes and sing to me a lot growing up, so I have a pretty good feel for meter, but rhymes sometimes give me trouble. Sometimes, after I've written something, I decide the rhyme sounds too cheesy or whatever, so I rewrite it. In general, it doesn't take me very long to write a poem though, which is convenient since a lot of the time I put off writing my poems till pretty late in the week. I have plenty of ideas brewing all the time, I just have to get them on paper, which I'm usually not in the mood to do. So, when the mood finally hits, then I would have put a comma there. So when the mood finally hits, I'm able to write it all down really fast. Have used rhyme zone plenty of times for albeit unfinished work. Don't recommend rhyming dictionaries? Really only good when used in desperation? Okay, yeah. Fair enough. I mean, something to consider anyway. Sorry, when the mood finally hits, I'm able to write it all down really fast. At the risk of sounding pretentious. At the risk of sounding pretentious, Yuri? Rhyming dictionaries are fine, but again, slant rhymes are the truth. Yeah. Like, that's ever stopped you. Atmosphere is really important to me. That's coming back to the I love atmosphere line from the original game. It's always struck me as an odd line where she just out of nowhere says, I love atmosphere. Anyway. I feel like somebody needs to make like an Among Us parody where Yuri gets voted out, and while she's being blown out into space, she's saying, "No, I love atmosphere." You know, because she's no longer in the atmosphere. I don't know. Anyway, atmosphere. Can't think of something on your own. You headed down the wrong track in terms of songwriting. Anyway, I think here's common foreshadowing that. Yeah. And moving on. I really need the right environment to begin with. A quiet, clean, slightly dark room with a fresh smell really helps me feel creative. I don't usually drink tea at the same time, though. It's distracting. Oh, really? Okay. I really empathize with what Monica said about having a good, scritchy-feeling pen and paper. The tactile part of the experience is very important. Oh, neat. It makes what you're writing feel weighty and grave, like you're etching in stone. Usually for my poems, I want to represent how I feel, or some idea I have, with one or several visual images. Think about it this way. Think about the number 8 now, just visually in your head. Do you see it in letters, or do you see the number? Oh, well, the numeral came to mind first. Even though I think you just spelled out the word there. I mean, I am a bit of a visual thinker. I visualize things a lot. Anyway, moving on. Does it have color? People very often have internal colors that they associate with numbers without thinking about it. Oh, really? The first thing that popped into mind was a black 8 on a white background. I don't know. I wonder. It's kind of like I've heard that some people don't have an internal monologue, which sounds different and strange to me. But what do I know? I guess everybody's different. Also, I see the pool ball. Yeah. Moving right along. Especially the one-digit numbers. 8 is kind of orange for me. But to get back to the point, visualizing everything, even things that aren't normally visual, helps in writing poems. I probably over-rely on visualizing things and then describing them as gracefully as I can manage. Sometimes it's a kind of a crutch that limits what I write about and how I write about it. But it's a technique that results in poems that I really like. Although, I didn't really do that for my tea poem this week. That one was just me writing down all the wonderful things about the tea that I could think of. Maybe I ought to try that more often, given the reaction I got from the club. You totally should. Although, look at that smile of reaction to Natsuki there. Is 8 orange for you, or was that random? It is indeed orange for me. Oh, neat. Yeah, funny you say that. Like, because I'm not. I'm just curious. How's it showing over here? Yeah, because your name is showing in orange too. A funny coincidence. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, like Twitch seems to randomize the colors of people's names in chat. Excuse me. Oh, you pretty much quickly run out of things you love as much as tea. That's certainly true. As for me, I like my poems to have a big impact, so I write it as a little like writing a joke. Gotta have a really good punchline. Sorry, okay, yeah. Except instead of being funny, it has to be something that makes the reader suddenly stop and think. And then they're like, oh, I get it. Honestly, that part's not the hard part. Just takes a little bit of cleverness. Yeah, I would have taken out the other part. It feels weird when the same word is used twice in one sentence. Like, that's not the hard part instead of that part's not the hard part. I think that flows better. Oh well. It's a bit of my personality thoughts on all these characters. Yeah, I can see that. I do the same in my own writing. Fellow writing from personal experience writer. Yeah, I get that. For me, it's actually the way around a little less so. Very obviously, they're receptacle for all my pretentious and $5 words. Yeah. Anyway, just a little bit of cleverness. The hard part is having an idea that's worth writing about in the first place. So you have to constantly be on the lookout for ideas. I've gotten a little better recently at using stuff from my life rather than just generic bullshit. It's almost gotten reflective at this point, which is good, I think. Like, when my soccer coach was lecturing me, I was thinking, oh man, this is going to make for a great poem. So, yeah, I guess my process is to slowly become a weirder and weirder person until I'm an unrecognizable poem machine. Okay. Feel free to steal that method if it works for you, internet. Next question, if you would, Sari. You all watch anime, and what is your favorite? By Sylvester. I've never really watched anime. I mean, I've been around while it's been on, but I haven't really seen anything to know what most of the shows are or whether I like them. It's just something I've never really gotten into. I've seen one anime series all the way through, but that's the only one I've ever bothered with, and that's Evangelion. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's the one with all the Christian religious imagery, which it turns out that the showrunner didn't actually intend for it to have any meaning. He just liked crucifixes and stuff, and just thought it looked cool, so he just threw it in there for no particular reason. It just looked cool, exactly. And he called the monsters angels, just because, same reason. Anyway, moving on. It's an Evangelion, so I guess it's my favorite by default. It is very well written. It's a pretty layered story with very rich characters. Yeah, I feel bad for shoot, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank on the main character's name now. Don't tell me. Shinji? Is it Shinji? Shinji, yeah, there you go. Yeah, like I feel bad for him for like there's some early scenes where he's walking by himself, and like after having basically put the weight of the world on his shoulders, like he's being tasked as the only one, he's the only one who can pilot the giant mecha, so he's so it's up to him to save the world, and he just wants to be a kid, and he just wants to get the love of his father, and he can, I don't know, there's the show, there's never any statement that he's depressed, but it conveys his depression really well, and I was looking at that and going, it's amazing he didn't kill himself, and there was a scene where he kind of goes berserk against one of the monsters and nearly gets killed in trying to do it, and he disobeys orders to do so, and he's getting chewed out about it afterward, and she's what's her name? I was gonna say Mikasa, but I think that's the character from Attack on Titan. It starts with an M. What's her name? And, yeah, I wouldn't know anything about the way that you were speaking on your shoulders. Ah ha 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 ha. Misato, thank you. Yeah, and she's chewing him out, and she says, what were you doing? You could have gotten yourself killed. And I was thinking to myself, that's it, though. He was trying to get himself killed because he's depressed and suicidal, and and like, holy crap! Like, the whole time I was watching the show, I was like, guys, you have to see to this kid's mental health. He's suffering so much here, and I felt really bad for him because, like, nobody really showed him the care that he needed, or Misato like cared about him in her own way, but didn't express it in a way that he could resonate with. And here I am going on a long tangent about Neon Genesis and Evangelion here. My apologies. It's just something that kind of bugged me, I guess. Like guys, he's like the most important person here because he's the only one. They're like just these three mecha, and he's one of the three people who's capable of piloting it. And you're not looking after his mental health. And then, I mean, not to get into spoilers or anything, but it kind of turns out in the end that, holy crap, it really was important to look after his mental health. Holy crap. I'm not going to say any more than that, but I haven't watched the new series yet, but I don't know, maybe I'll get into that at some point. I actually did try to pick it up at one point, and then it just sort of depressed me all over again. That about how it's just, I don't want to say that people are treating Shinji badly so much as they were just neglectful. Especially his father. Like he just wanted the approval of his father, and it's just sad. That he had his own agenda and stuff, and didn't really care about his son. And they saw to his mental health, all right. Yeah, and that's to say nothing about the abuse he faced from what's her name? It's Asuka or Asuka something, or it starts with an A. The red-haired girl, the tsundere one, who's just really mean to him all the time. Anyway, sorry. That was a massive tangent. I'm going to move on now. It's very well written. It's a pretty layered story with very rich characters. Even though the overall plot isn't that complicated, the story succeeds in getting emotional buy-in based on the characters' interactions. And it's full of some pretty great literary devices. It's chock full of allusions and metaphors. I guess I like the visual style, too. It's not the most impressive, but it's effective and it keeps the focus on the characters. Other than that, I haven't really watched any anime, at least not comprehensively. Alright, time for you guys to receive the wisdom of the real anime fans around here. I definitely watch anime, probably not as much as MC and Natsuki, but I definitely watch more than most people. I really like slice of life animes in general, or just lighthearted fun stuff. Overly dramatic or tragic stuff is just not what I need most of the time. Like, Evangelion is cool, but I always feel so bad for everyone in it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's why I had trouble getting into the new series. I was like, it just made me feel bad for Shinji all over again, and I just took a break from watching it. Oh well. Sorry, it's bugging me. What's her character's name again? Asuka, yeah, that was right. Yeah, her name, the red-haired girl. Her name is Asuka. Anyway. Sorry, it was bugging me that I couldn't remember her name. Moving on. I always feel bad for everyone in it. Poor Shinji. Yeah. Rei and Asuka too. Poor everyone. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, a lot of the focus is on Shinji, but yeah. I mean, there's stuff that I could say about the other characters too. But I'm already rambled on too much, so I'm gonna move on. Anyway. This first one doesn't really count as an anime, but it's a movie. But it's sort of the same. I love Kiki's Delivery Service. Does that not count as anime? It's It's from shoot, the Studio Ghibli. I was drawing a blank on that for a moment. Does it? Why wouldn't that count as anime? I mean, it's. Anyway, moving on. Wait, do anime movies not count as anime or something? Does it have to be like a television series format to be counted as anime? What is this? Because it's a movie. I would have counted that as an anime. I don't see why being a movie would discount that. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. I'm not going to spoil any of it in case any of you guys haven't seen it yet, but go watch it seriously. Anyway, for actual anime, like TV shows, let's see. When people think of anime as a TV series instead of the style, okay, fair enough. I just sort of assume that the style is what makes it anime. I have watched Kiki's Delivery Service. Yeah, I was kind of going on a Studio Ghibli, Ghibli, however you pronounce that, binge not too long ago. So yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service was in there. I don't remember a lot of details about it, except that I remember there was this nerdy kid, this nerdy little boy who really liked Kiki and was being really pushy about it. Anyway, moving on. Oops, sorry. I think I skipped that line. Anyway, for actual anime like TV shows, let's see. For my absolute favorite, I can get it down to two. I can't choose between those two, which is odd because one of them is pretty silly and the other is fairly serious and artistic. It's kind of like saying I can't pick between a classical symphony and a pop hit as my favorite song, but I think it's sometimes things that can be good even if they're considered less high art by most people. Anyway, my two favorites are Non by Yuri and Hayori Niraku-san. Yeah, not familiar with that one at all, but as I expressed, I watched one episode of that yesterday after it was mentioned in this mod. Anyway, Nariko-san is the silly one. I was watching it last week with MC. It has fun action sequences, a lot of anime references, and it's hilarious and zany. Sometimes it's pretty racy, but that's part of the fun. And it's always totally harmless in the end and never goes too far. Now, on the other hand, Non Bayori is just a very beautiful show. If you've never heard of it, it's basically about the kids who attend this elementary school way out in the country with not many people around. It focuses on their lives and interactions with each other and what life is like in such a rural area. Nothing really happens much in the show, it's just little bits of their lives and you gradually get to know them. All the characters are super adorable and the story really gives you the warm fuzzies. Yeah, okay. Hey, there's another show to look out for, I suppose. If you ever need to warm up a cold, sad heart, you should watch this anime. So yeah, Hayori Naruko-san is my favorite for having fun, and Non Bayori is my favorite for feeling happy. Aww. And actually a very good anime. Cool. Hey, I'll add it to the list. Here. I actually have a list of shows to look out for here. I'll just add that there. By your read. There. Safe. Both languages where all the vowels have one sound. English just curse with something. Yeah. Okay, so I have a single favorite, but I have to give some honorable mentions out first. You can't call yourself a true anime fan unless you've tried Cowboy Bebop, Kill la Kill, and Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, okay, I've watched Cowboy Bebop and Ghost in the Shell. I haven't watched Kill la Kill. I don't know if I can call myself a true anime fan per se. I don't know. I found myself watching since discovering the DDLC fandom 5 years ago. I've watched a bunch of animes, but Cowboy Bebop, yeah. Cowboy Bebop is it's kind of weird. Its tone is all over the place. Some episodes are like really silly, and some are really dark. It's kind of a quirky show. Cats on Mars trademark. Natsuki's extremely opinionated. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Personal favorites of mine that aren't objectively required include One Piece and Go on, Natsuki, tell them it's something to be ashamed of. Even if it does lead to harsh, unrelenting mockery from all of your friends. And Naruto. Yes. I'm not familiar with Naruto at all. I just know that it has the reputation of being for little kids, kind of thing. It's funny. I saw a Tumblr post. It was like a GIF series that showed. I'm not sure. It looked okay. It was a clip from Naruto, and I'm not sure exactly what the context was. I guess if there was time travel involved or what, but the Naruto character meets an older version of himself, and he's like freaking out, like, oh wow, I grew up to be so cool, and his older self is looking at him going like, was I ever that annoying? And then someone made the comment, even Naruto is embarrassed by his Naruto phase. which I thought was kind of funny. Anyway, moving on. And Naruto. It's a fun show, and I dare any of you to say otherwise. My favorite anime, though, and this is, like, objectively true, is effing JoJo. It's got everything you need in an anime. It's got action, it's got adventure, it's got insane, hilarious comedy, it's got a great story. It's also got the ability to occasionally make you feel like you just took a bunch of drugs. This is true. That's part of its appeal. Also, as a certified god-tier meme lord, JoJo has, like, the best memes by far, and plenty of them. Yeah, I mean, that's a meme in itself. Is that an effing JoJo reference? I tried to get into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I watched the first bunch of episodes. I don't know. It didn't really grab me. Like the I don't know. Just the hyper muscular men of the whole thing and all the posturing just seemed kind of silly, I guess. I don't know. It didn't really see right in Natsuki's real house. Yeah. I too struggled through it, but did not really like it. Yeah, I wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, it just, like I said, it just didn't grab me. It was just kind of. Yeah, didn't enjoy that much. I didn't really get into it. Excuse me. Shoot, what was I gonna say? I did kind of laugh, like going between episode 1 and episode 2. There's a time skip, and the two main characters go from looking fairly ordinary to looking like bigger than Schwarzenegger in his prime kind of look. Like they're just ridiculously hypermuscular, and then like everyone is like that. I don't know. It feels a bit silly. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate I don't know. Maybe I have to think about that. I have to think about how to articulate why it rubbed me the wrong way, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just it could just be like my general. On a very general level, I'm not a fan of traditional gender roles, I guess, and the whole idea of men have to be a certain way, women have to be a certain way, and just this macho male power fantasy of being hypermuscular, it just doesn't hold an appeal to me, I guess. Like, I don't know, if it was hypermuscular women, that would appeal to me more, because I think that's rad. I don't know. It just I guess I just like it better when people are able to break away from traditional gender roles. I think that's more interesting. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm tempted to say it bores me when it's just that whole that whole thing, just hypermuscular men, all hypermuscular men all the time. It doesn't hold my interest much. I don't know. Buff Suki. For a hypermuscular woman, it would appeal to me way more. Okay. Oh no, you've discovered my secret fetish. No, um, I say that, and I'm planning I'm planning to commission a Monica sprite, which gives her muscular abs because she's it was for I maybe not exactly I don't know, call it a spoiler, I guess. Because it's my Turquoise features a relationship between Sarah and Monica. I intend to have that feed into Sayori's insecurities about herself, about her appearance, and so on. And seeing like hypermuscular Monica, and like she's gonna have like a six-pack abs. So I don't know. Maybe that is. Maybe that is me channeling a secret fetish or something. Uh, as TLC Monica points out, what does she even do to make herself athletic anyway? Who knows? But anyway, moving right along. JoJo has like the best memes by far, and plenty of them. So final answer, JoJo. Deal with it. Most of the shows everyone's mentioned so far, I would agree, are top tier. Naruto-san is really fun. I've enjoyed watching it, but it's not quite the same level of artistry as a lot of them. But Nana Bayori is really top notch. Evangelion is, of course, an absolute classic. Most of Natsuki's list was really good stuff that you should watch, except for Naruto. Except for Naruto. Oh no. And JoJo is great, but Natsuki's insane for thinking it's the best anime. You watch your mouth, boy. So, onto my list. First of all, hey Yuri. Yes? If you ever do want to get into watching anime, I have the perfect one for you. What's that? It's called Death Note. Hey, that's another good one. I mean, okay. I mean, it's at least the first half of it is good. It's honestly, like, I really liked the early part of Death Note. You know, when the show is good. Was this cat and mouse game between like the killer and the guy trying to catch him? But yeah, it reached a point where it clearly was supposed to end, and then it just goes on with a new set of characters, and it just utterly fails to recapture the magic that the first half of it had, and it makes the actual ending really anticlimactic and unsatisfying, unfortunately. But the first half of it's really good. Anyway. Of course, brilliant call, MC. I know, thank you. Why do you think I would like it? So one day this guy is walking along, and would you believe it, he's a loner high school student. Can you imagine? Yeah. Anyway, he's walking through his school and he finds this notebook, and it turns out that if you know someone's name and face, you can write their name in this book and they'll die. And you can specify a cause of death, and no matter what, they will die exactly as you say. The show is all about how this level of power corrupts people, no matter how good their intentions are. That actually does sound very interesting. I'll have to try it sometime. So yes, I like Death Note. I guess my guilty pleasure anime are Bleach and Full Metal Alchemist. They're kind of passé nowadays. Yeah. Full Metal Alchemist is another one I tried to get into, and I couldn't because I found the main character too annoying. He's so egotistical. I mean, there are hints that he has some moments of sensitivity and vulnerability, but it's just, I just found him too annoying to carry on with it. I only got so many episodes deep into it. I'm told that there's a spin-off series, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which like everyone hypes up as being like the best thing ever, and maybe I'll consider watching that one. Someone said that you don't have to have watched Full Metal Alchemist to be able to follow it, so I don't know. Half Metal Chemist. No accent on passe, awfulmont. That's control 0233. I memorized the key combinations for accents at one point. Doesn't LA have diacritics? Anyway, moving on. Bleach Phoneticals, they're kind of passe nowadays. Stein's semicolon gate is very close to being my favorite, but it's not quite there. It's tied for my second favorite. My other not quite favorite is Code Geass. Is that how you pronounce that word? It's the ultimate mecha anime. Yeah, not familiar with Code Geass or Stein. Like, I'm aware of Steins Gate. I haven't heard of Code Geass. That is the correct styling for some reason. Steins Gate, I hate it. It shares some elements with Evangelion in that it has mecha and it uses lots of allusions and metaphors, especially religious ones. Aha! As I mentioned before. But the feel is very different. Evangelion is angsty and focuses on a small part of the world. Code Geass is more epic and grand and filled with all the big war stuff guys like. Well, yeah, but there's more to it than just the violence of it. I like the political scheming and strategy stuff. Anyway, yeah, definitely watch Code Geass. But my actual favorite, which hopefully needs no explanation, is One Punch Man. Hey, that's a good one. I really like that one. It's funny, like One Punch Man. Like when you hear the premise, it sounds like a one simple joke, and even though it's in a lot of ways the same joke told over and over again, it somehow doesn't ever get old, and it's got some rather detailed, vivid characters, especially even characters who are just there to boast about how powerful they are, just to be taken out with one punch. Maybe that show is keeping that joke fresh and interesting. Yeah, exactly. And so, like, somehow it works. Anyway. Next question. Bernosky, what is your favorite leg? Excuse me? I don't get this one. Do they mean like Natsuki's right or left leg, or just any leg? Either way, I'm not sure what the point is. Yeah, I'm trying to parse through that too. What Natsuki's looking annoyed. Like I have a guess what it could be referring to, but I'm hesitant to say it out loud. Emailer's making an ancient reference. It's just mere storytelling challenge of saying, you know what the problem with Superman is? He's not powerful enough, and then making it work. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Guys, I got this. Well, anonymous emailer, I like all kinds of legs. You know, like the Great Leg, the Leg of Good Hope, Tape Leg. I guess she's done? I'm done. Everything's fine. Nothing is ruined. It's over. We're clearly getting memed on without understanding the memes. Yes, you are. Next. Okay. You want to have some contact with reality, then let's make it more closer to things' actuality. I'll share my poem with you, exactly as you guys always do. Do you like my poem? Do you have any suggestions? Now it looks like I asked a question. Answer my question, share your opinion normally. I don't want to keep things so formally. Monica's thighs and their size. What makes me happy? The title speaks the truth. Monica's thighs are so thick, juicy, and smooth. I like her personality and the fact that she's intelligent. But compared to her thighs, the rest is just irrelevant. Okay, that's enough of the sick humor. I will stop before someone get the tumor. I hope dear Monica is not very irritated. Someone cheer her up or I will get deleted. I'm also happy to see that you all doing great, and I will be waiting for your next update. This poem is short, but trust me, I will improve. You have to wait another week to see my next move. Monica looks unamused. I'm going to, sorry. I sort of keep doing this. I have to go use the washroom. I'm drinking, my, the consequence of drinking so much water, I need to use the washroom again. I went through over half a liter, if you can believe that. Anyway, lol, this email. Normally don't include emails of this kind, but thought it would be funny for this one. This poem, a great example of why slant rhymes are better than direct rhymes, by the way. Yeah. Stay hydrated, streamer. Yes, I will. Intelligent, relevant. Yeah. There was also the rhyme with deleted, irritated and deleted. The other slant rhyme there. Yeah, there you go. It doesn't really work since it's not the same vowel. Yeah. So you're giving Monica plenty of time to collect her thoughts by doing this. Yeah. Hopefully not be disappointed by the result. Yeah. Yeah. Incidentally, I know I know that I've drunk over half a liter because I have I have the cup that I've been drinking out of, but I also have a half-liter water bottle which I periodically use to refill it. Because I anticipate that I'm going to be drinking a lot of water. Yeah, some other streamers have a little hydrate redeem thing that people can use to remind the streamer to hydrate. I could never do with that. I mean, if I need some water, I'm gonna drink some water. You know, I couldn't keep myself constrained to whenever the audience decides that I should hydrate. But anyway, moving right along. Okay, that's also a reminder. Sorry, that's also a reminder that I need to set up like stream elements or whatever, and like maybe put some redeems on my channel or whatever those things are. I need to figure out how to set all that stuff up, and all those fancy things that I see other streamers using, don't have implemented. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. It seems more like lyrics than a poem, really. Obviously, the subject matter isn't really something you'd associate with fine art. The emailer clearly thinks you're fine, Monica. Not what I meant. Anyway, other than the lines about not caring if I have a good personality or intelligent, which makes me a little sad, joke or no, because remember guys, we don't really like to be objectified, unless we know you really well. But I do appreciate the sentiment, and don't worry, I won't delete you. Now, if you're genuinely interested in constructive criticism of this poem, what's with the redeem there? It comes to the issue of redeem spam, which is humorous when you're on the right side of it. Yeah, I need to figure out what the right redeems to use would be. I saw a stream the other day, not too long ago, someone was streaming. She has a redeem for that plays the audio saying someone saying the word nut, and basically the idea is people are supposed to use that redeem whenever something sexy happens, or or otherwise to do it in times where it would be comical to imply something sexy. And someone said that the redeem wasn't working properly, so she temporarily lowered the cost of that redeem down to 10, and says she immediately got spammed by like 100 people going nut 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 nut, which was kind of hilarious. uh, and she rolled with it. It's like, yeah, that's go ahead. I mean, she knew it was coming, but it was pretty funny. You kind of had to be there, but it was funny. Anyway, moving on. Now, if you're generally interested in constructive criticism of this poem, make sure you stay on theme. You started off talking about thighs, but then I think you realized you just wanted to talk to us in general through the poem. But you're going to write a poem about thighs, and perhaps if you're going to write a poem about thighs, then try to keep the poem focused on that topic. Secondly, some of the force of what you wrote didn't come through because it's stuff that's been said before. My thighs have been called thick so often that it doesn't really convey much anymore. It's just a meme. Poems work best when they convey sensations or thoughts that are novel to the reader, using novel words or phrases. So even if you wanted to write about my thighs, which honestly seem pretty normal to me, I just play volleyball and do fencing and get lots of leg exercise. But anyway, even if you wanted to write about that topic, you should approach it from a novel perspective. Like, for instance, maybe consider a sense that hasn't been considered before, like the warmth or symmetry of the thighs, rather than something so common as the thickness. Or maybe consider a new perspective, like if we were doing the lap pillow thing, what would that be like? Convey a novel sense to the reader of that experience, you know? What if Monica is saying anon is Monica is saying anon is that even if you were going to write a lewdish creeper poem, be tasteful and artistic about it? Basically, yeah. Congratulations Club meeting Monica or on handling it so gracefully. Yeah. I'm assuming I was supposed to say congratulations. Basically, yeah. But I'm flattered all the same. Next poem, or next letter, I mean. MC Siri, how are you guys liking Nariko-san so far? I wouldn't really think it's your thing. It's kind of lewd, but I guess it's also pretty cute, so... Natsuki, why were you so sad last time? Yuri, your poem from last week was so good. I don't have a question, I just wanted to say how good it was. Monica, why are you best girl? Just your mild, gentle way of dunking on the email. Yeah, pretty much. It's part of my inside joke vocabulary. Sure, whatever works. Anyway, and that's a lot of questions. I guess we'll take them in order. MC and Sayori, you guys first. That's pretty good. The lewd parts really aren't that lewd, they're more just cute. Honestly, I think the whole thing is pretty charming. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, just in that first episode, Laptop did kind of try to join, what's his name, in the bath, so that was kind of lewd. It's not just that it's lewd, it's also kind of going against consent. I mean, he does kind of stab her with a fork a lot, as you mentioned. I can see this turning into a running gag. Like the first time he does it's because they were at breakfast, and then later he inexplicably has a fork with him for no particular reason. But she is kind of throwing herself at him in kind of an uncomfortable sort of sexual assaultish kind of way. So I don't know. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, eventually the fork is treated as a fearsome cosmic weapon of unspeakable power. I don't know. I'm still kind of curious to see where that anime goes. Anyway, moving on. I also think the whole thing is pretty charming. I mean, it's not a deeper, meaningful story or anything. It's fun to watch. I just talked about Naruto, so I won't say much more, but we're getting close to being done with the first season. After we're done with that, I'll probably have MC watch some of the OVA episodes. Like the one where Naruto becomes a magical girl? She what? Yeah, they decide that maybe she'd be less brutal if she were a magical girl instead of a henshin hero. So they try to get her to switch. How does that go? You'll find out when we watch. How's weapon of unspeakable power look inside fork? Yeah. Okay, next question for you, Natsuki. Yeah, I mean, she did look pretty sad last time, it's true. Probably not going to be willing to talk about it. I don't like that I don't know what you guys see or not. It wasn't that big a deal, really. Just occasionally really overwhelmed with all this, with the whole nature of reality thing. It gets weird trying to cope with it sometimes. You guys ever suddenly get hit with the idea of your own mortality and have it freak you out? Yeah, I guess, now that you mention it. It's kind of like that. I'm just having a little trouble with it right now. Don't worry so much, I'll be okay. Next one's for you, Yuri. Oh, I see. Thank you. I did put quite a lot of work into it. It seemed more important than a lot of other poems I've written. It felt like I needed to encapsulate the whole experience of the literature club into a poem. I'm very pleased you enjoyed it. And finally, I'm so happy you think of me that way. If this experience has taught me anything, it's that the whole framework of best girl is bad for us. Yeah, I can see that. And we need to stick together. I don't really think that you can say that any of us is truly, objectively best girl, but maybe I'm your best girl. And if I am, then why is your question? Well, I don't want to brag too much or anything, but I do have a few things going for me. Hopefully you appreciate how much I care about you and the lengths I was willing to go for you. Loving someone a lot is a good way to get them to love you back. Is it though? Is it though, Monica? Press X to doubt and so on. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't think it works that way. That's actually kind of a sure way to set someone up for failure. If they approach a situation of, I just have to love you more and eventually you'll love me back. Like, no, bad. Abort. Don't do that. Monica noted for having very healthy and normal takes on how love works. Yeah, exactly. Monica, bad take, exactly. No. I mean, somebody very wise in my life told me a long time ago, there's no such thing as one-way love. And that's an important concept to get in your head. You know, there's no such thing as one-way love. Like, love is a sharing between people. Like, it has to be a mutual thing. Or it's just an unrequited crush kind of thing. And it's like, you can't force it. Like, you can't, like, either they love you or you don't. You know, people can't help how they feel. People can't help who they fall in love with. Like, if it isn't mutual, like, I mean, yeah, people can grow to love each other over time, but you can't force it to happen. You know? Oh, well, alright, let's see where this goes. Sometimes, at least, if you don't overdo it. But I also like to think that my maturity, intelligence, and strength of character is a factor. And I'm flattered that some of you really like my physical attributes, like the guy who wrote the thigh poem. Anyway, I think it's probably about time to stop answering emails for now. Let's start breaking down the computer setup, guys. Okay, everyone, here's another adapted sepia print filter background here. We're way past time to go home, so I'll make this quick. For the viewers, don't forget to email us your questions at lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. We answer emails from you every week, as you just saw. And as for the club, for next week, let's do poems about nature this time. But also, your poem can't be anything to do with anyone else in the literature club, or anything that's happened with the literature club. Oh, she's specifically putting that cap on. Is that for MC's benefit there? Whoa, time-dependent background edit, yeah. It has to actually be about nature. Okay, club is adjourned. See you guys soon. Hey, MC? Oh no, how's this gonna go? Are we walking home together today? Oh no. I'm afraid to hear the answer here. Of course we are, why? I thought maybe you were mad at me or something. You weren't there to walk to school this morning. So I thought maybe you weren't really wanting to anymore. Sayori, we always walk to and from school together. Yeah, but it didn't happen today, hence her question. I missed this morning because I slept through my alarm. I'm sorry that I've been weird all day. I'm just tired. Yeah, I mean, you say that, but then you could have told her, just said it. I don't know. So you know I can't stay mad at you when you flip your arms back and forth like that. Somebody actually made a video of that, of Sayori and Natsuki dancing like in a club like setting, and they were just going back and forth and like, I mean, Natsuki was doing her hand on hip thing, going back and forth, and it was cute. I might have to try to find that animation later. Question is, why isn't he getting enough sleep? I mean, find out episode 3 of Doki Doki Literature. Yeah, I mean, the implication seems to be that he isn't sleeping because he's worried about Sayori. I mean, if you're trying to imply that there's some other reason, then I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Moving on. Are you sure? You can tell me if you don't really want to go with me. You don't have to spare my feelings. I would totally understand if you didn't. Look, I always want to. It's not going to change. Sorry, when something bad happens, it's not automatically your fault. I was the one being a jerk today, not you. And instead of being mad at me for you just took the blame, probably because you felt upset and assumed it must be something wrong with you. You're allowed to feel mad at people if your feelings are hurt, okay? Okay, what a coincidence. There's this. I'm writing about that theme in turquoise at one point. So there you go. That's anyway, moving on. Now come on, it's getting late. Hello. Oh hey, is Yuri actually going to speak up and walk with him now? Hi Yuri, heading out? Yeah, but I was thinking about what you said earlier, and I think I would like to walk part of the way with you guys. Only if it's okay, of course. Of course it's okay. It's okay, right, MC? We'd be glad to have you along. Aw. And then he turns to the doctor and says, "Because I'm a moth." Hee. MC is staring in the opposite direction, not paying attention. Yuri whispers to Sayori, "MC is still somewhat distant, huh?" Yeah, he was kind of warming up just before we left the club, but right now he's back to being grumpy. Or at least just cold and distant. I see. Hey, MC. Oh, what's up, Yuri? Did anyone ever tell you about the time Monica fell asleep during the club? Sorry, he didn't have his mouth open during that line. Which just suddenly made me conscious of the fact that, Dev, you're pretty good about having characters' mouths be open when they talk and closed when they're not talking, which is something I respect because I do the same. You saw nothing. Sorry, moving on. Monica fell asleep during the club. Yuri, we said we'd never tell that story. We said we'd never tell it to anyone outside the literature club. And MC is in the literature club. So one day, MC, we were all in the literature club and Monica was late. She had just taken this really stressful physics exam. And she had studied very hard for it, probably too hard. Sari and Natsuki and I were in the club, talking about something or other, and Monica comes in basically stumbling through the door. It was like she was barely conscious. Hey, you spelled conscious right this time. Sorry. The exam had taken everything she had, so she walks in and... What was it she said exactly, Sari? She said... Sari clears her throat and does her best impression of Monica using her leadership voice. Okay, everyone, go literature time. And then she fell asleep on a desk so fast that her head made an audible thunk sound. So we all go about our business for an hour or so, and then at one point Noski gets up and comes over and says, Is she okay? So we all look at Monica, and she's actually become draped over the desk so far forward that her head and arms were hanging over the front halfway to the ground. How do you fall in that position? And her legs were just kind of dangling off the back. It was like she was a tablecloth. And she was drooling down onto the floor. It was kind of gross, but also pretty adorable. Sort of have to imagine, if you're in that position, isn't your head upside down? Does that mean that your drool will be dripping up your face? There's noise immensely when it doesn't track. Yeah. The sound effect reward bit redeemed. That's the whoop whoop noise for the neurovisual novel dance. Yeah, hey, good idea. Could be funny. Moving on. So Sari and I start to have a very, very kindly and considerate discussion of how we can wake her up without freaking her out. And in the middle of this discussion, Natsuki gets tired of waiting for us and just kicks one of the desk legs and yells, Hey, Monica! She was so startled that she fell forward onto the floor into her drool puddle, sort of rolled forward, and before she realized she had been asleep, she yelled out, And that's Monica... And that's Monica's writing tip of the day. Hee. How undignified. Well, for you all, yeah. Sorry. It's been a long day, but I think that finally shook me out of my funk. What a story. Thanks for cheering me up, Yuri. You're quite welcome. Well, this is where I turn left and you guys turn right. Bye, guys. I'll see you soon, Yuri. Bye, Yuri. Oh, that was awfully kind of her. It sure was. What have we got now? What the? Fan service from Natsuki? Or something. Natsuki lies in bed singing softly to herself. Sari bursts into colors and carousels. I don't know the song here. Fall head first like paper planes and playground games. I'm not tired. She starts humming random bits from different songs. Okay, sleep. I'm sleeping now. Damn it. Natsuki pulls out her phone and starts texting with someone labeled as Goral. You up? Yeah, you too? Yeah, I can't sleep. What are you doing? We're actually out at a bar. Lucky. Better have a safe ride home. I'm the designated driver. Good. Did you have a good day today? Kinda. Hard to explain. But mostly. Good. You see your friends? Yeah. Would text them, but they'd probably be bugged if I text them this late. So instead, you got to be bugged. You know I don't mind. Yeah. Anyway, gotta go. The pillow's starting to feel comfy. Have a good sleep. Who could this mysterious... Who's this mystery Goral? Is this one of her black silhouette friends from DDLC Plus? I mean, I suppose DDLC Plus hadn't come out yet at the time that this was released, so it would just be one of her, I don't know, friends who are vaguely alluded to who don't like manga, who see Plus until season 3. Yeah, exactly. Who is also apparently old enough to be going to a bar. Yeah. We learn more about Goral as we go along. Oh, I presume so. I mean, it would be weird if this scene was in isolation and then doesn't go anywhere. Anyway, moving on. This snoring sounds. Okay. Oh, and here's Monica's house now. Oh, hello, Tormuse. I didn't expect you so late. I'm happy that you're here, though. You caught me in the middle of getting a late-night snack. I was actually still up and working on my poem for next week. Although that's generous. Really, I've just thrown away like 3 drafts. None of them were much good. But at least they started to make me sleepy. So I figured I'd come down here and drink some milk and eat a small bit of chocolate. That usually puts me right to sleep. Anyway, I guess the game is going around to everyone, and it's almost time for you to go. Yeah. I used to have milk and cookies before bed, and at some point I realized I think I'm getting an intolerance for milk, like cow's milk. I've at some point I switched to soy milk, and I'm much happier for it. But yeah, um, drinking milk before bed just makes my throat feel irritated, and it makes me unable to sleep. I'll still have ice cream though. Yeah, I don't think I could ever give up milk products entirely, even though it's not especially healthy. Are you a hog shoe or hog shimmy? That's good, definitely a shimmy. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, I can see that. Snoring automatopoeia. Anyway, moving on. It's almost time for you to go, but I wish you could stay. Maybe if you're about to go to sleep too, we can try to dream together. Of course, even dreams probably don't work across realities, and even after my little fix to our world let us have real dreams. But I'll be happy if only you're there in my dream. Good night, Tormuse. Cringe, Monica, cringe. Aw. Honk, shoo. No, Snur. Wait, usual. That mean... Okay. What? No, I tried. How could... Ah! MC pants breathlessly for a moment in a cold sweat. No more. I just want to sleep. Just let me sleep. I guess maybe a normal person would have been mad at him? He was the one who didn't come out, and then he was mad at me. But I'm not mad at him. Don't even think about it. I love him. Doesn't count if I don't say it out loud. Oh, right, so this is internal monologue here, right? Doesn't count. You should be mad, you know. Why should I be mad? Don't you remember what he said? Probably because you felt upset and assumed it must be something wrong with you. You're allowed to feel mad at people if your feelings are hurt, okay? Allowed to feel mad at people if your feelings are hurt. He said that, and you love him. Totally doesn't count, but you trust him. Yes. So you should be mad if your feelings are hurt. And your feelings are hurt. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, this is just my depression. This is just my depression. No, it isn't. Your depression is over here. It's dormant, or I guess it was dormant. Rain Clouds is a character now? Oh dear. Uh-oh. Pathetic. Even when you're not depressed, you're thinking about being depressed. Stop thinking. Turn over, put your face in your pillow, and cry yourself to sleep like always. Shut up. I'm in charge right now. Like I said, your feelings are hurt. You're angry. So it's... anger. So it's time to be mad. You're allowed. He said so. Why am I mad? You love him. Doesn't count. Why would that be a reason to be mad? Remember? Only if it's okay, of course. We'd be glad to have you along. And then he turns to the doctor and says, because I'm a moth, hee. MC's still somewhat distant, huh? Hey, MC, did anyone ever tell you about the time Monica fell asleep during the club? Ha ha ha, it's been a long day, but I think I finally shook me out of my funk. Thanks for cheering me up, Yuri. I'll see you soon, Yuri. Uh-oh, is Sarah getting jealous now? Why isn't the text box red, huh? That bitch. No, that's not justified anger, that's just jealousy. And it's stupid jealousy. She was just trying to be nice and help him feel better. She was, because you couldn't help him feel better. It was an opportunity for her. She wants him. She wants to take him away from you. Are we sure this is anger and not the depression now? The rain clouds? No, she doesn't. It was a thing any friend might do. And I was always okay with him being with someone else. That was the whole point of bringing him out. That's right. It's stupid to feel angry. It's stupid to feel anything. Why would you feel angry at her for doing what's obviously right? You couldn't help but feel better. You never can. You want him to be happy, don't you? He'd be happy with her, away from you. Just let it be. You don't need to do anything. Stare straight ahead. Stare. No, he's yours. You grew up with him. She has no right. How self-absorbed can you be? He's not yours. You have no right to him. You are poison to him. Uh-oh. Not that easy to live in Sayori's head. Yeah. How dare she? You're just bringing suffering to everyone around you now. I guess Yuri's next, huh? No, she's my friend. She's a thief and a liar. See this? This is why you get what you get if you think even for a second that you mean anything. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Shut up! Sayori quickly looks around the room. Hey, hey, whoops. Just close your eyes, you'll be okay, everything's okay. Next time she effing looks at him, you punch her in the face. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I was just gonna say, is this a get out of my head moment here? Incidentally, this spoiling themes from my mod again in turquoise. There's going to be a running theme around the get out of my head line. Like it's initially going to be brought up as a positive thing. So there you go, spoilers for my upcoming mod, I guess. Both Rincons and anger equally correct and incorrect? Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Everything's okay. Sleep is a character now. Stay strong, I'm coming. Worthless, worthless, worthless. Worthless, worthless. Everything's okay, everything's okay. You're safe now. Not for long. Everything's okay. She me. Ah, teeth brushed and ready for bed. My, it's definitely past time for it too. Okay, now the blind trip from the bathroom to the bed. Oh, she has no light switch in between there, and this is why beds. Oh, I guess it's not there right now. I have a bedside lamp, and I relocate it in front of me so that I have light on me. Because if I don't have light there, I just look like this for the whole stream. But yeah, I have a bedside lamp light for that purpose, so I don't have to make blind trips anywhere. Anyway, we shall end where we began. Ah, there's the bedpost. Ah, well. That was quite the day. I'm so happy everyone liked my poem so much, and everyone watched Hamlet. That was scary at first, but everyone ended up liking it, I think. So, right, sorry, this is Yuri's head, so I'm just gonna stop doing the voice now because it does dry me out too much. Sorry. Anyway, it's unsettling that the game was watching me though. I wonder if it's watching me now. Hello? Are you there? I guess even if you are, you don't have a way to tell me. I probably shouldn't worry about it. It's like we said, it's definitely better if we just ignore it. Wish Monica didn't know, though. We'd never have to know if she didn't. But be careful what you wish for, I guess. She'd probably trade that away in a second to be rid of everything else. Poor Monica. Well, she seemed happy today. Everyone but MC seemed more or less happy today, and he ended up being okay. And I was able to help. That really feels great. I'm still so glad I have such wonderful friends. I really do love all of them. Thanks to them, today was quite lovely. Shoo. See you next week. Don't forget to email Monica your questions for next week at lit.club.pres.monica@gmail.com. Please be sure to check the credits.txt file for everyone who helped this week. The list of people who helped is getting so long, they can't all be listed here. A special mention is due to Crow for doing custom work on short notice for free, making cool background art. Thanks are also due to the fine happens to the DDMC Discord server. And thank you for watching. Cool. Until next time. Hey, that's my line. There you go. I don't know if there's any point in saving, but yeah. I'm curious about what visit someone means, but I'm already like almost 4 hours into this thing. Oh, what's this? Saw the screen is black. If it wasn't, we would see Yuri's long nightcap and robe. The metal candlestick in her hand. Yeah. Doki Doki, you love Keatings? Yeah. Spoonerism. I kind of half wondered, like, just if the visit someone, does it actually do, like, just you follow someone for a bit, and, like, does that change after each episode or something? This collection is set with them all on a vacation after the school year is over, so if you want to visit them and see what they're up to on vacation, you do so in these scenes. Okay, so that sounds like something I should do only after watching all of the Season 1 episodes. The scenes remain the same? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yes, again, yeah. It sounds like something I should do at the end then. Okay, that was episode 2. Somehow I took even longer than to go through episode 1. And you know, when we were like at the Hamlet part, I was thinking, oh, this sounds like this is heading towards the end. I mean, and it was still less than 2 hours in. I was thinking, you know, maybe I can get 2 episodes in today. Ha ha ha. I guess not. I think I should wrap this up. I should wrap this up now. But yeah, so far both of them have both of the first 2 episodes have ended on kind of a downer. I mean, first there was the Sari MC thing, and then there was like Sari's head and her rain clouds and stuff. No such luck. Yeah. So thank you for the stream. We'll look out for you next Saturday. Yeah, I'll yeah, like I said before, I'll try to keep this like weekly kind of thing. Yeah, just like if I can do 2 per week, then I'll be able to get through this mod before the end of the year, theoretically. You know, I mean, I don't know if any of these episodes are shorter, maybe I can get through 2 in 1 week, or 2 in 1 day rather. But yeah, if I can do like Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon thing each week, that could work. In the meantime, why don't I see if there's anyone to raid? Let's just take a peek over at Twitch here. Tune into TLC discussion whenever I have progress lol. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll just look up some a random Doki Doki Literature Club player. Yeah. So I'm looking at people I'm following. Like, Adver Zero is streaming. I could give him a raid, I suppose. He's I get the feeling he doesn't like me much though. Maybe I shouldn't say that publicly, but yeah, there are surprisingly few people playing that. Maybe it shouldn't surprise me. Like the popularity of DDLC has waned in over the years. That one says 18 plus. This one, first game, Doki Fly. Oh, sorry. Episode 1 is the shortest episode? Okay. Hey, it's chat. Oh, hey, Lord Zero. You got here just in time for the end. Oh, heck. You know what? Maybe I will just raid After Zero. I was thinking if I could raid someone who's also playing a DDLC mod, but it looks like there are 5 people total, including me. Yeah, I'll just whatever. I'll rate it after 0. Last time I rated him, he didn't seem to he didn't even notice that I rated him. It just went by unnoticed and sort of just I don't know whatever. Anyway. Anyway, that's enough for the stream then. I yeah, I've got nothing else to say. I guess yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this as like 2 episodes. I guess it'll just be 2 episodes a week kind of thing, Saturday and Sunday. It's like it continues to be very well written, very well characterized. I'm enjoying the mods and seeing where it's going to go. So this is cool. That's all for today. Until next time.